You are now rocking with the hottest boxing podcast in the land with your host, Coach Malachi Williams.
True.
For the thousands in attendance and the millions watching around the world, ladies and gentlemen, let's get ready to rumble!
Yeah. What's going on, family? This is our boy Coach Malachi in the building, and we are back. Too Many Podcast. We are back. We back up in this BI, man. Yeah, pull his armrest down. We back up in this BI, man. It is what it is, man. I got a whole lot to say today. You know what I mean? I'm seeing, you know what I mean? I'm reading this message. One of the Haney Maniacs, one of Debo Dev's diehard fans that sent the message, you know what I mean? So he was upset about something. But anyways, let me make sure y'all can hear me. Shoot. Yeah, y'all can hear me. Man. We good. Anyway, what's going on, man? Shout out to Chris. Hey, Bruce. Shout out to Bruce. Hey, Bruce, you know what I'm saying? Bruce, hold on.
The stickiest of the icky. You want to smoke with the old boy Rick James?
See, I need to be talking to Bruce. I need to be talking to my brother Bruce Gas more. You know what I mean? I got to be talking to him more because, I think he can relate to me. I think Bruce can relate to me a lot. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Because when y'all find out what the gas mean, Bruce Gas, when y'all find out what the gas mean, you know what I mean? When you find out what the gas mean, that's all I'm saying. Anyway, yeah, man. Shout out to Daniel. Daniel, what's going on, fam? Man, I'm trying to, bro, look here, man. Hey, look here. Man, I'm saying a whole lot of fingers pointing one team versus the other team. You got team Boots versus Team Ortiz versus Team Boots. But boy, one thing I'm gonna say, that sword swing both ways. We're gonna call a spade a spade. When Boots turned down the fight, the offer from Turk Al-Sheikh to fight Vergil Ortiz at 154, everybody jumped down his throat. You know what I mean? We jumped down his, we jumped on him when he did that. Oh, the nigga decking. He ain't want to fight Vergil, this and that. Don't nobody want to see him fight no standing honors. He fought standing honors in a fight that everybody know he was gonna win, for the most part, and then you get what I'm saying? And then eventually he moved up. So I get that aspect of it. I get that. But there's a flip side to that coin now. And the problem is this. Don't nobody want to deal with the flip side. It was okay when the coin was on heads. It was okay. When the coin was on heads, it was okay. Now it's time to talk about tails. I'm hearing all the same shit I heard when all the same talking points. And this is so funny because they all had the same talking points. He ain't fought nobody. His resume really ain't that good. You know, we the A side. You don't dictate nothing. And we got more options. I'm like, but it's the same shit. It's the same Canelo Alvarez fan base talking points. It's the same Errol Spence fan base talking points. It's the same Boots Ennis fan base talking points. It's the same Vergil Ortiz fan base talking points. I say it's the same talking points. When the fan base, you can tell when they're afraid of a certain fighter. I'm gonna tell you how you can tell. When I'll let y'all figure out who they is. When they are afraid of a certain fighter, they go to putting up roadblocks. They go to talking about old shit. They go to talk about old shit. They go to talk about, yeah, man, well, such and such. And, but bro, it's every scary ass fan base. They'll use that same goddamn talk about, okay, here we go. I'm talking about when it's a real smoke situation. Okay, this is real smoke. This fight, this what makes sense. This is the fight that making sense. I ain't talking about if you calling out a nigga somewhere else and goddamn well you ain't gonna get that fight because that dude is gonna move on and he doing something else. I ain't talking about that. I'm talking about prime for prime. Prime rib versus prime rib. Hog maw versus hog maw. Chitlin versus chitlin. Neck bone versus neck bone. Pig feet versus pig feet. Pork chop versus pork chop. That's what I'm saying. And bro, it's the same shit. It seems like it's the same shit. Shout out to Hollow Davis. You see what I'm saying? Motherfucker, I got motherfuckers sending me. I got defense attorneys sending me all kind of stuff. We listen. We got social media. We got YouTube defense attorneys. I got Instagram defense attorneys. I got Twitter defense attorney. Yeah, man, she right here. She the evidence exhibit A say that he was ducking my fighter first. You see what I'm saying? He was ducking him first. This exhibit A. They sending me all kind of exhibits. You get what I'm saying? They did what he is now. I'm trying to tell you now, Cody. Don't let him fool you now. What he is, he right here. He was the first one to duck. My client, Vergil Ortiz, we wanted to fight. But I'm telling you, right here, he had a chance to fight us right here. Turkey Alex Sheik said that, guess what? Now, the same people who don't like Turkey Alex Sheik. Golden Boy really don't like Turkey Alex Sheik like that, but they work with him, because he got the money, and Oscar always throwing jabs at him, stuff, right? But the same people who don't like Turkey Alex Sheik will use Turkey Alex Sheik when for a talking point. Right here, Turkey Alex Sheik said he called that boy from Philly. He said, Boots, I got a fight for you right now for the fight Vergil Ortiz at 154. I'm going to pay you this much. You ain't never got paid that much for Eddie Hearn. I'm going to pay him that much. He ain't never got to pay that much Moscow. What you want to do? And the man turned it down, coach. So it's over with. It's over. I'm agreeing with you on that. He turned it down. He did. I agree with you on that. I've always agreed with y'all on that. But now I'm past that. And we at the point to where, okay, these two niggas from the Wallow, what's up? Both of them in the ring face to face, talking that flip flap, popping that week. Now it's like, well, now you got to understand now, what it is, we got options. We hold all the cards. Sorry, this ain't cards, this is boxing. We hold all the cards. I say, boy, I'm hearing it. He ain't fought nobody. I said, yep, that's the one. Look at his resume. Let's see. His baby mama ain't bow-legged. Let's see. His sister ain't knock-kneed. Let's see. His auntie ain't parrot-toed. Let's see. His cousin can't run the 440. He can't run a 4.3 in the 40. Let's see. His uncle got arthritis. You get what I'm saying? They come up with all these different. I'm like, fam, how we got from face to face, Yeah, let's make this fight happen. We finna do this shit. Yada, 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 yada. Till like, as soon as the motherfucker left the ring, I'm hearing all the goddamn shucky decky quack quack. True. Bruh. You get what I'm saying? I ain't got time for this shit, dog. This the problem. This is what fucked up American boxing. This right here. If you want to know what messed up American boxing, it's this shit right here. And then you got the fake motherfuckers who pretending to be the shit, and then you got the real motherfuckers who the shit. They don't get no praise. They don't get no credit for nothing. You get what I'm saying? I'm like, man, look, man. I'm like, look. Did both of these motherfuckers get in the ring? Oscar Dela Hoya, well, that's what Vergil wants to do, but we got, and guess what? Everybody talking about Spence. Shout out to Errol Spence, the big fish. Shout out to the big fish. You're looking good, boy. You're looking good, that boy. Yeah, man, Sebastian Fendora last year, Errol Spence stepped inside the ring and said he want to fight Fendora next, and Scamps and Lowitz. This is when Crawford moved up to 154. He like, look, I was undisputed. I want to challenge the champion, which was Sebastian Fendora. And Crawford couldn't fight Fendora. He ended up fighting Majamov. That was the second option, because the first option, Fendora was saying, Scamps was saying, well, no, he said they was hurt, they was injured from the Ortiz fight. We ain't gonna be back until later on in the year. Around this time right here, right? That's what he said, right? Last year. That was last year, around this time last year. Then he talking about something, why would we fight Crawford? He's not a draw. He don't sell. He don't sell. He's not a draw. That's what he said, right? Same old lies, right? He don't sell. But we can fight Errol Spence in Dallas, Texas in front of 90,000 fans. This is what Skempson said. 90,000. The nigga who ain't no draw don't sell. Everybody calling out the nigga who ain't no draw that don't sell now. I'm not saying he's not a draw, he don't sell. That was a lie. The numbers don't show that. Live gate, attendance, and all that don't show that at all. It shows the opposite. But that's neither here nor there. So now the same dude who you wouldn't fight because he good, but he ain't no draw, he don't sell. Now y'all calling that guy out. True. I keep that same energy though. Keep that same energy. He wasn't a draw, and he couldn't sell. Keep that same energy. That's all I'm saying. Keep that same energy. So now we got Team Boots and Team Ortiz. And y'all know me. I am the master when it comes to destroying fan bases. I will destroy a male groupie fan base in a minute. And the thing is this shit is becoming male groupie level, right? Especially, bro, like this shit, I'm gonna enjoy this. I'm gonna enjoy this. They gonna break this shit off real proper like. You get what I'm saying? Hey, this motherfucker calling out a dude, Spence, who haven't fought in over 2 years, going on 2.5 years. You can't make this shit up. You want to, as a matter of fact, forget all that. Let me just, I'm gonna read the opening monologue. Anyways, why Vergil Ortiz's team is moving the goalposts, right? Seem like they're moving the goalposts on Jaron Boots Ennis. Actually, the truth on why they doing it. To be fair. Because again, all this shit, like all this pump faking. And let me tell you, where the goddess at? Where is the goddess? If the goddess is here, I want to tell the goddess that you was right, sis. I was wrong. Goddess told me, Saturday night I got happy, got the Holy Ghost. I was doing the electric slide. I was doing the butterfly, the prep, the cabbage patch, the oak tree. You know what I mean? The bird, the chili sauce, the mashed potato. I was doing all that, right? She say, Coach, it don't take much to please you. She say, She said, I'll be happy when I'll be surprised if that fight actually happened. And she said something of that sort, right? I say, Goddess, you got to have faith, sister. I say, like, this is, we ain't never got this far. Boots leaving Philly. And this what impressed me about the entire thing. The man left Philly by himself. He didn't have Gillian Wallow with him. He didn't have Meat Mill with him. He didn't have Greg Hackett with him. He didn't have nobody with him, right? He didn't have his daddy with him, his brothers. He came by himself. Him and Eddie the Hitman Hurt. I say, shit. I ain't never seen no shit like this. You get what I'm saying? Hey, shout out to Steph. Steph, what's going on, Steph? I say, shit, I ain't never seen no shit. Oh, goddamn, this is the first time, goddamn, boots on the ground. What I would have said boots on the ground in Fort Worth, Texas. Now, I will say this. I'm surprised that venue wasn't sold out. Vergil Ortiz, Oscar talking like Vergil some kind of superstar, but shit, there was a lot of empty seats out there at that fight. Hey, that was a lot of empty seats out there. He talking like, hold on. He talking like doggone Vergil some kind of superstar. Like, superstar where? Where this motherfucker superstar at? What? Man, all them goddamn empty seats that was out there. And the Golden Boy card was trash. I got to say that. I know a lot of y'all like the game bang for Golden Boy. That's fine. Y'all know me. I do not mind destroying fan bases. Y'all know me. Look, bro, that Golden Boy card was trash, bro. That shit was trash. I'm talking about garbage. Gabitch. Garbage. To this day. You get what I said? This shit is trash. And Erickson Lubin, the main event started. I don't know what the hell Lubin was doing. He wouldn't throw no punches. And then when he did let his hands go, he was throwing them slow, telegraphing shots. I think he might have threw like 10 punches the entire fight, something like that. Then he voluntarily go to the ropes, put his hands up in a high guard, and let doggone Ortiz just wail on him. He did that a couple of times before he got stopped. I said, oh, man. True. This nigga here. Bro, I'm tired. Listen, the only black fighter that I see that when he go and fight the top guy, his sole mission was to go take him out. That's Crawford. When these dudes fight Canelos, they do what Jamel Charlo do. They run and lay down. Scared, don't want to fight. They're scared to feel the Mexican power. They scared, right? Talk about some of these black fighters. They go over there. And I told y'all know how Golden Boy roll. They got the Golden Boy special going on, right? Some motherfucker telling me they think the fight was fixed. That's why I say, Oscar Dela Hoya, you making mockery of the investigation that's going on with the UFC and Dana White for fixing fights. But shit, boxing is the master at fixing stuff. Boxing is the original when it comes to fixing fights. Shit, what the hell y'all think going on in boxing? Motherfucker be fixing fights, taking dives, all kind of stuff going on all the time. But the only black fighter I can count on. Look, we finna listen, man. We finna fight this dude. They say that's a Mexican assassin. We finna fight this dude. What you finna do? Man, I'm finna take this motherfucker out. That's the only one I can count on. The rest of them, when they get in there with these, when they get in there with these talented Mexican fighters, they start running. True. They start running and shelling up, folding. Lubino came to the ring with the Mexican fatigue, the Mexican garment on. He got a sombrero on his head, and shout out to Mr. Dominican. He walking to the ring, smiling, cheesing. I said, this nigga doing too much smiling. This nigga showing all 32 teeth. This nigga doing too much smiling. right? I noticed that in the press conference, but I ain't saying that. I ain't saying that because I know Coach Eddie. I know Coach Eddie say. I know Coach Eddie was telling me. I know Coach Eddie was telling me that Lubin was gonna put Vergil Ortiz to sleep. I ain't say that. I ain't say that. I just laughed when he said it. I ain't say that, right? Because I didn't have faith in Lubin like that. I was like, man, I can't call this fight. I said I can't really call this fight, dog. I don't know which Lubin gonna show up. That's the main thing I said. I said, bro, I don't know what Lubin like. Y'all must be talking about a different kind of Lubin because the Lubin I remember, I mean, he's an all right fighter, but you know, every step-up fight he's had, he got his ass whooped. He done been knocked out twice. So, and then I know how Golden Boy roll. I said they picked him for a reason. Hey, shout out to Jessica. Hey, Jessica, I was like, shit, I know how Oscar rolled now. Cause they picked that boy for a reason. Now. They picked him for a reason. I know shit. Golden Boy got some of the best matchmakers in the country.
But this bomb is taking the easy matches. Fight another bomb.
Shit, Golden Boy, shit. Golden Boy got some of the best. When they pick them up, they know how to pick them. So that's what's in my mind. I hear what Coach Eddie saying, but I know Coach Eddie be going off emotion. He just be going off emotion and he gonna be on code and all that. I ain't looking at the code. I'm looking at, man, Lubin, man, I don't know. Are you sure, Pam? You know, are you sure? Like, Lubin ain't the most defensively sound fighter in the world. You get what I'm saying? No, I'm telling you, coach, man, I'm telling you, man, Lubin. And then Bowles and Ennis would talk about, yeah, man, you know, Vergil Ortiz, they look like they're overlooking Lubin. They better focus on Lubin. Man, Lubin can fight. Lubin a live dog, man. Lubin coming to fight. So Bowles and Ennis shot a video on YSM, hollering about Lubin a live dog and Vergil Ortiz better watch out. He better be careful. This nigga stepped in there and laid down. True. Hey, this motherfucker stepped in there and laid down. The only black fighter we can count on when it comes to dealing with a Mexican fighter is Terence Crawford. Anything outside of Crawford, I don't know, man. I don't know. I ain't got no faith. I ain't got no faith in them, dog. Hold on. Terence Crawford and Cool Boy Steph. Cool Boy Steph too. Now Cool Boy Steph take care of business. Now Cool Boy lost to a new way. He did lose a new way. He lost, but that ain't no shame in that. But I'm saying we saw what he did to Brandon Figueroa. We saw how he pieced him up twice. So yeah, that's it. It ain't but two. It ain't but two we can count on. It ain't but two we can count on. Well, maybe Tank. Maybe we can count on Tank. He did. No. I don't want to bring him Tank. Oh yeah, Shakur. I forgot all about Shakur. Yeah, I forgot all about. Hold on, Scott said Shakur too. Yeah, I forgot all about Shakur. Shakur was piecing up. He did piece up. What the dude name? What the dude name? William Cepeda. He did piece up William Cepeda. That's right. Yeah, I forgot all about Shakur. It ain't but a few. It ain't but a handful, dog. It ain't but a handful. So that like you can't. That's why I said you can't be giving everybody that slick black fighter title, man. That slick black fighter title, like bro, you just can't because he black, he slick. No, man, no. A slick black fighter is a certain style. When a motherfucker fight you right there in the pocket, mid-range, swim without getting wet. He can hit you, but you can't hit him, and you right there banging him. You get what I'm saying? So, so yeah, that's right. So Shakur, we can count on Shakur, we can count on Bud, and we can count on Cool Boy. Them the only three. Everybody else is suspect. To this day. Everybody else is suspect. Everybody else is suspect. I mean, Debo Dale fought Ryan Garcia, but we see how that turned out. But Ryan Garcia had Osserin in his system, but I don't know what role the Osserin played on Devin Haney's defense, but that's neither here nor there. We can't really count that because Ryan Garcia cheated. But you get what I'm saying. But I'm just saying the three that I know that their track record speak for itself. I just told y'all. Yeah, rest of these motherfuckers just be happy to be in the ring. They just stick their heads high guard and let the man. I went back and looked at that fight again. I said, bro, he literally just went on the ropes, went in a high guard, and let Vergil Ortiz just wail on him. Literally, that's what he did. Literally. Verge, he had his hands up. Verge was wailing on him. Left foot, then came out the right hook. And then he took his left hand and knocked and pulled Lubin's, fighters always do that, pulled Lubin's left hand down and then came around the guard and hit him, and that's what kind of like knocked him out, had him standing up. Literally, that's what the man did. Somebody say, Coach, the fight was fixed. Hey, God, oh, there go my girl, God. Hey, Goddess, what's up? Goddess, what's up? I was just talking about you. Goddess, I owe you an apology. I owe you an apology. You was right. You told me that I'm too easy to please. You told me that I should not get excited because Boots stepped in the ring. You told me that. I was like, Goddess, you have to be optimistic. My sister, that's the problem. You have so much pessimism that you don't leave room for optimism. In order to have room for optimism, you must remove the pessimism. You get what I'm saying? So you was pessimistic, but you was right. You was right. I'm sitting back. I'm like, Lord have mercy. It seemed like Oscar Dela Hoya seemed like he's shaking like booty meat. Doggone Vergil Ortiz seemed like he's shaking like booty meat. Oh, you know, again, I mean, I don't want to say Vergil shaking like booty meat. I really don't, but I think Vergil want to fight. I think Boots want to fight each other. It's like trying to talk to a girl. Have you ever tried to talk to a woman and you ask her, you say, what's up? You say, what's up, baby? Do you have a man? You got somebody? And she say, it's complicated. Well, it's complicated. If you ever spoke to a woman, it's complicated. Like, okay, well, I got somebody, it's my baby daddy, my ex-husband, whatever. You know what I mean? But, I still love him. We still be doing stuff together on the side and got kids and stuff. But, we ain't together. I really not with him, but but if me and you were to get together, he gonna be around. So it's complicated. I mean, it's like when it comes to Vergil Ortiz and Boots situation fighting each other, it's complicated. Anyway, we're finna pull up these receipts. Let's pull these receipts up. In the aftermath of Vergil Ortiz's destruction of Erickson Lubin, in the aftermath of that, right? Oscar Dela Hoya, Vergil Ortiz, and his manager have had a lot to say when it comes to making the fight with Jaron Boots Ennis. For those who don't know or were sleeping under a rock, Jaron Ennis and Vergil Ortiz had a face-off, pretty much faced off against each other in the ring after Ortiz's fight when he stopped Erickson Lubin in the second round. Both men went back and forth about who said what and who was ducking whom. No, nigga, you were ducking me first. I wasn't ducking you. You ducked me first. And see, your team was the one that was saying we were ducking, and then but your team was the one that was talking. No, but that was reply. We was replying back. That was retaliation. So they got together with the argument about who was ducking who said what, who, all that there, right? So I'm like, okay, like you get what I'm saying? So now the crowd, the few people that were there, the crowd sitting there screaming, like, ooh, all that stuff there. Boots sitting there like shaking his head. Now, I'm happy. I'm going to tell you why I'm happy. I said, this nigga came all the way from Philly by himself. Now that's gangster. He came from Philly by himself. No, he didn't have Bozy with him. He didn't have any of his brothers with him. He didn't have Gillian Wallow with him. He didn't have Meek Mill with him. He didn't have Cool Boy Steph with him. He didn't have any of the goons or any of that stuff with him. He was there by himself. The man was standing on business. To this day. Man, I'm finna go to this shit. I'm finna go to the lines there. Where the boy from Fort Worth? I'm finna go to where this man is from, and I'm gonna be in the fight by myself, no security, no nothing, surrounded by Mexicans. True. So I respect that. Listen. Him and Lubin, and I guess him and Lubin and the referee were the only black folks there. He pulled up by himself from Philly. I said, okay. Then he stepped in the ring. So I got the Holy Ghost. I got excited. Then I said, oh, see, this shit finna be on and popping. Anyways. Yeah, man. Anyways. It's funny. Okay, so basically, so they went back and forth about who ducked who said what, whatever the case may be, right? As far as I'm concerned, all of that is water under the bridge. Why? Because as of Saturday night, Boots Ennis made it clear in Fort Worth, Texas, that he wants to fight Vergil Ortiz next. Vergil Ortiz said he wanted to fight Boots next as well. As a matter of fact, Vergil Ortiz said, yeah, it's about time. Yeah, we can make it happen. Vergil said, yeah, we can make it happen. Boots said, yeah, man, I want to fight you next, this and that. He said, yeah, it's that time. Yeah, we can make it happen. But what I had to go back and listen to it again. I said, but he never said we can make it happen next. He never said we can make it happen next. So I'm getting the Holy Ghost. God is trying to keep me in check. Like, look, coach, you getting too excited about this shit. Like, don't fall for the 52 fake out. I don't fail for the flea flicker. The oldest trick in the book, the flea flicker in football, right? The flea flicker, you know, the quarterback drop back, hands the ball off to the running back. The offensive line form like a great wall of China. The linebackers and the safeties come up because they think that the running back finna run the ball. The running back turn around, flick the ball back to the quarterback. Wide receiver, wide open in the end zone doing the Tootsie Roll, the butterfly, and the cabbage patch. The quarterback throwing the ball, touchdown, the flea flicker. I fell for the flea flicker.
True.
Anyways. Vergil Ortiz said he wanted to fight Boots as well, right? Now, all of a sudden, Vergil is saying something totally different. At the post-fight press conference, Ortiz proceeded to call out Errol, Spence, and Terence Crawford. Crawford was the dude that you dug twice already. What you calling him out for? Errol Spence haven't had a fight since 1972. What you calling him out for? Make it make sense. You got a dude from Philly that stepped in the ring, was in the ring with you. We don't care nothing about no dream fight. Of course, Errol Spence is a dream fight. You want to fight a nigga who been inactive for 2.5 years. You bro, like, well, it's obvious what y'all doing over there, Golden Boy.
To this day.
How you call out a nigga who's been inactive for 2.5 years? Make it make sense. Bro. and then you want to call out Crawford for what? If your team ain't confident you can beat Boots, they damn sure ain't confident you can beat Crawford. I.e., that's why you ducked them twice. Oh, man, we just want to see you fight Boots, dog. That's it. I don't want you to do, fam. Again, I'm here you finna fight. You know, now I heard Oscar had them call the WBC. Mauricio, yeah. Hey, Mauricio, how you doing? This is Oscar. Oscar, what's going on? Listen, it's time to activate that the WBC mandatory now. We ready? I think we're ready to challenge for a title now. I think it's time. You sure it's time? You know, you want to? You sure we can wait 2-3 more years? You know, pat it up a little bit. No. We want to do it now. So now I'm hearing he finna fight Fandor, which I'm not gonna lie. I like that fight. I like that fight. I wouldn't mind seeing Boots fight. Vergil Ortiz fight Fandor. I ain't gonna say a lot to you. That's a good fight. I can't complain about that. But you got me all hyped up, man, with Boots stepping in the ring, man.
True.
Playing with my emotions. Playing with my emotions when it comes to this boxing stuff, fam. The Philadelphia Eagle has landed, Boots on the ground in Fort Worth, stepped in the ring. What's happening? Man, bro, like, I get all that. Well, he turned it down here and there. Listen, I'm past that. Right now, I'm speaking from Saturday night on forward. Anything that happens before Saturday night, I'm not worried about that. I'm saying Saturday night on forward. What's up? They want to put barriers for why we shouldn't get fights. I'm trying to build bridges for why we should get fights.
True.
Shout out to Candy Slim. That 90 chick, what's going on? The old 52 fake out. Oh, we got receipts. We finna play these receipts. What you calling Spence and Crawford out for? You got a young motherfucker that's right there you got in the ring with, and you holler about Spence and Crawford. Anyways, why does he call them out? I have no idea. Then Oscar Dela Hoya proceeds to say that Boots, that he said that Vergil Ortiz hold all the cards. He said Vergil holds all of the cards, and that the terms have to be in Ortiz's favor in order to make the fight. Then Vergil Ortiz's manager proceeds to say this on Instagram. He said, I think Ortiz versus Spence at Cowboy Stadium is the biggest Texas matchup in the history. He said, I think, his opinion. And Boots should fight Jermell Charlo as the co-main event. They said all this the same night. From the time Boots and Vergil was face-to-face in the ring, from that time all the way up to now, they said all these things. Now I'm hearing Vergil Ortiz want $10 million. Well, he want $10 million. Well, the only one can afford to pay him that is the Turk out of seat. And I got a question for you, Oscar. Did Vergil Ortiz get $10 million to fight Erickson Lubin? Nigga told I want $10 million. $10 million. Okay, did he get $10 million to fight Erickson Lubin? Did you pay him that? These niggas ain't no $10 million fighters. Vergil Ortiz fought at the venue for Erickson Lubin, and it wasn't even sold out. He can't even sell out where he stay at. So how do you justify $10 million? Based on what? He ain't no draw. A good fighter, but, you know, you moving. We got him under the Golden Boy diet, but, you know, he a good fighter. Did he get paid $10 million to fight Lubin? That's the question I have. Anyways. As I said before, he said, this is what his manager said. You know, what the hell, this is a question I have. What the hell does Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo have to do with making a fight with Boots? What does Errol Spence and Jermell Charlo, these motherfuckers want to play matchmaker? Yeah, dog, she did what I think. What we got to do now. You know, she went in now. I'm talking about old goalpost moving that nigga. And I see this all the time. I saw this with Canelo fans. I saw this with Spence fans when it came to the Crawford fight. I saw this with Tank fans when it come to him fighting anyone, any of the guys, his contemporaries. I see this with certain fan bases when their fighter, when it's dealing with their fighter. And it's like, again, I'm not talking about Spence or Crawford or Canelo. I'm not talking about those guys as of late to that. I'm saying the fan bases. There's a certain element of the fan bases, and I'm starting to hear these same talking points with Vergil Ortiz. I'm starting to hear these same talking points. Bro, for you to even want to fight Errol Spence, a guy who's been inactive for 2.5 years, and by the time he get in the ring and fight, it may be 3 years. We might not, if we see him, we might not even see him till next year around March or April sometime. That's going to be damn near 3 years. Bro, tell me you cherry picking without telling me you cherry picking. Yeah, I think that'd be a good fight. Of course you think that'd be a good fight. The man haven't fought since 1979. Coming off a devastating loss. But yeah, that's what I want to fight. I think that's my dream fight. Of course it's your dream fight. Yeah, you get, of course, especially right now. I would like to revisit that Crawford fight. For what? For what? You the same dude that picked Crawford to lose to Canelo. Yeah, man, Canelo won't beat him. He's just too skilled and too big. And then now you want to fight the dude that beat Canelo. And if he was too skilled and too big for Crawford, okay, so but you get what I'm saying now? Yeah, man, I want to revisit that. For what? You get what I'm saying? Come on, fam. Anyways, as I said before, what does that have to do with making the Boots fight? Absolutely nothing. But these are the games that Ortiz and his team are playing. From this point forward, I don't want to hear anything about Boots ducking Ortiz. I don't want to hear anything about Ortiz ducking Boots. As far as I'm concerned, goddammit, Goddess was right. Y'all can decide who ducking who. Who ducking who? I ain't gonna lie. Hey, Vergil Ortiz, bro, I ain't gonna lie. Fam. Who ducking who? Listen, there was a song that Aretha Franklin made in the 80s. You know what I mean? She had We Want to Ride on the Freeway, you know, the Freeway of Love and all that stuff there. I think Luther produced that album for. Then she had a song called Who's Zooming Who. We gonna change the name of that song to Who's Ducking Who. Who's Zooming Who? Take another look. Tell me, baby, who's zooming who? You know what I mean? Who's ducking who? You get what I'm saying? Now, motherfucker, holler about, well, I want to fight Spence. Of course you want to fight Spence. In Dallas Stadium. That's the same shit Scamps and Lowitz said about Fendora and Spence. We gonna fight in Dallas Stadium. Do 90,000. Now he talking about something, yeah, it's gonna be a big fight, Dallas Stadium. Man, come on, man. You want to fight Spence because you want to fight Spence because you believe that's gonna be an easy fight for you. You fight the dude coming off a 2.5-year layoff. Cut the bullshit. You got the boy from Philly right there. You want a nigga to do some shit that y'all ain't did yet. Talking about some, yeah, dog. Yeah, see, so I'm hearing people talking about some, yeah, man, Boots got to get a belt, and then it'll make the fight worthwhile. But Vergil Ortiz ain't never had a belt. His entire career, he never had a belt. When I say belt, I ain't talking about the Mickey Mouse belts. I'm talking about the main belts that y'all say don't mean shit no more. It's like they made the Erickson Lubin fight, no problem. I don't need 10 million to fight Lubin. Lubin got to do more. Lubin just can't jump straight to the top to fight us. He got to put in more work. We didn't hear none of these talking points when it came to fighting Lubin. None of that. You can't make this up. To this day. Anyways. Yes, I'm done. The crazy part about this, about it is this, right? I'm hearing a lot of these Ortiz fans, they doing the same thing that the Canelo fans did when they didn't want Canelo to fight a certain fighter. And this is duck language. When Boots turned down to fight Ortiz, what we called him a duck. Had a chance to fight the man. You turned it down. Turned out she said something about you wanted 2 tune-ups when you moved up or something like that. All of that is noted. I haven't forgot about that. But guess what? Now it's Vergil Ortiz's turn. It's Vergil Ortiz's turn. The man talking duck language now, bro. After they met face to face in the ring. Oh, I just supposed to ignore that? I just supposed to just let that go, huh? I should be real good for now home, Mr. Kate. True. No. Why the hell is Ortiz calling out Errol Spence when Errol Spence haven't been in the ring in over 2 years? And why is Vergil Ortiz calling out Terence Crawford when he know goddamn well his team won't make that fight? The same team who turned that fight down when you had the opportunity to fight Crawford twice. That very same team that you still with, who turned that very same fight down twice. You wanna, yeah, man, I think we can make that fight now. Nigga, please. To this day, nigga, please. Anyways, you had an opportunity to fight this dude, and you turned the fight down twice. As far as I'm concerned, Vergil Ortiz is hiding behind Oscar and his manager, his father, and Robert Garcia. He's hiding behind his team. This is the oldest trick in the book. He got the same shit that I said about that Floyd Mayweather and Booger Ray Leonard and Al Heyman was doing for Tank Davis. I said they got this boy behind the winter protection program. This is the same shit going on with Vergil Ortiz. I hate to say it. Hate to say it to you Vergil Ortiz's fans. They got the Great Wall of China around that boy. They don't believe in him. They want to put him in setup fights that we already know. Okay, goddamn Lubin went in there. I don't know what Coach ever think about, but Lubin went in there like, bro, I went back and looked at that fight again. I'm like, bro, the man ain't do nothing. He literally didn't do nothing. Moved around the ring a little bit, shot a couple of punches out there half-heartedly. Punches was coming slow. I remember when I called the fight, I was like, man, Lubin let the left hand go, but it's coming slow. Like, it was just so slow. Vergil Ortiz was picking some of his shots. Then he voluntarily go to the ring, go to the ropes, and sit in the high guard. He did that in the first round. And then in the second round, he did it again. We saw how that worked out. But you talked all this hammer shit. Erickson, the hammer, Lubin. Where the hammer was at? You forgot the hammer. Yeah, man, I told you, man, he from Florida, man, but we don't, like, one thing about Florida, we don't be claiming no anybody. We don't do that. You got to be a hell of a nigga for somebody from Florida to claim you. You got to be Roy Jones or Winky Wright or what's my main man name? The heavyweight, shout out to Bruce Gas, heavyweight out of Jacksonville. Heavyweight out of Jacksonville, he fought Larry Holmes. I forgot my main man name. Yeah, you got to be a hell of a nigga for us to claim you now. We don't just claim no anybody. I'm telling you right now. What's my main man name? The heavyweight. He fought Lennox Lewis. He fought Larry Holmes. I forgot his goddamn name. Yeah, man, motherfucker holler about that hammer. Shit. Yeah, man, that hammer. He left that motherfucking hammer home that night, bro. Yeah, Ray Mercer. That's who it is, Chitlin Circuit. Ray Mercer. Yeah, Ray Mercer. You get what I'm saying? He said, what about Antonio Tarver? We got the verdict is still out on him. Hey, Freddie said, what about Antonio Tarver? The verdict is still out on him. We still mad at him for knocking Roy out. We still mad at him for knocking Roy out. Well, Antonio Tarver, he all right. He all right. You know what I mean? He all right, man. You know what I mean? So, he all right. We'll add Tarver. Yeah, it take a whole lot. Like Sebastian Pandora, he from Florida. He claiming California now. So we ain't claiming him. See, we ain't like no of these other cities. We ain't just gonna claim a motherfucker because he from the city. No, he got to be moving right. You can be from the city, you can be from the state, but if you ain't moving right, we ain't gonna fuck with you. True. Yeah, I can tell you that right now. If you ain't moving right, we ain't gonna fuck with you. Shit. Anyways, back to what I was saying though. Now, as I said before, the reason why Vergil Ortiz's team isn't anxious to make the Jaron Boots Ennis fight is because they do not like the style matchup. If it was a style matchup that favored Vergil, they'll be breaking their neck to make that fight like they did with Lubin and those other guys. But it's the style matchup they don't like. When you start hearing the fighters and teams go to talking about, I need 10 million in, and you just can't skip the line. You ain't fought nobody. Your cousin got to be bow-legged. Your auntie got to be not needed. We need at least 10 mil just for to sit down and talk. We hold all the cards. We the A-side. I mean, we ain't hear none of this talk. We ain't hear none of this talk with Lubin. True. We ain't hear none of that. None of that. When they start doing that, that's what it is. The team don't like the style matchup. Ortiz's team is hesitant to put Vergil in the ring against an athletic, young, and as Coach Eddie would say, slick black fighter who's in his prime. This is what's going on. I'm just finna tell y'all what God love. They looking like, God damn, man, we done fucked up with Crawford don't want Canelo. God damn, you know what I mean? And shit. And every time, when you get an elite, see what it is, see, this is what they looking at. They're looking at when you get an elite black fighter versus an elite Mexican fighter, a lot of times the black fighter always wins. Talking about the elite black fighter, right? You know what I mean? I ain't talking about the regular black fighter. Like Lubin is a regular black fighter. Ortiz gonna whoop their ass 7 days a week, twice on Sunday. Them regular black fighter, he gonna run through them. But I'm saying this is what they're looking at. So in their mind, they like, stylistically. And then the same thing with Boots to a degree. The same thing with Boots, his team moved him like that as well. Boots' team moved him like that as well. I'm gonna tell you why. Because I think Boots have 2 brothers, if I'm not mistaken. 2 brothers, right? And I was watching the video somebody sent me, and I was listening to Leon Muhammad out of Philly, and he was talking about how Bozy is moving Boots very carefully because his other 2 sons, Pooh and the other son, you know, he felt like he moved them too fast, and they end up getting losses and stuff like that, getting losses and, you know, and so they're saying that he don't want to make the same mistake with Boots, so they had to move him very carefully. This is what Leon Muhammad is saying. This was the gist of it, right, on video, right? So I see what's going on both sides. It's like, okay, we're building this guy up, got a name, he's our superstar. And then on the Golden Boy side, we're building this guy up. He has a name, he's our superstar. He's very talented, but stylistically, we don't like this style matchup with this guy because he has good footwork. He's not going to sit on the rope and sit in the high guard and let me wail on him. You know, he has some physical tangibles that we don't like from a matchup standpoint for our fighter. So we're going to ask for all these crazy demands and we're going to say things that we never said to any fighter prior to this guy. Do you get what I'm saying? So, you know, shout out to Keisha. Oh yeah, you sent the video. Yeah, I appreciate that. Yeah, I appreciate that, Keisha. Keisha, I appreciate that. You sent me that video. You sent me that video. So now when you go to thinking about that, it's like, you know what, dog? They been kind of moving Boots like that too. You can tell. Fighting Lima Bean, you can tell they moved him the same way because from what I'm hearing is he doesn't want to make that same mistake. So you got to look at both sides. Vergil Ortiz, this is our star guy. We marketing this guy and making him like he's this. We're trying to get him to take over for Canelo. Once Canelo leave, we want Vergil Ortiz to be the next superstar. But I don't think that's gonna work with the Mexican fan base like that because Vergil Ortiz is a gringo. He's from here, so he ain't no real. He a Mexican, but he ain't no real Mexican. You know what I mean? He's an Americanized Mexican. So that's a difference. You know what I mean? That's a difference. He's a Chicano, right? He's an Americanized Mexican. So the real Mexicans over there in Mexico, they ain't gonna really gravitate to him like that. That's why he ain't really selling like that. Now, you get what I'm saying? Talented as hell. And then on the flip end, you got Boots Ennis. He's billed as the phenom. He's billed as the phenom. The Terence Crawford 2.0. Roy Jones 2.0. You get what I'm saying? He's built as that. But I wasn't thinking about. Damn, I forgot all about. Bozy Ennis got two sons that box. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't really know him. I didn't know Bozy. I didn't know Boots had 2 brothers that box. I didn't even know these dudes. Then I had to remember. I said, wait a minute. I think one of them fought Badu Jack. I think Badu Jack fought one of them. Now that I think about it, I had forgot all about it, bro. So I see what's going on with Golden Boy, and I see what's going on the Boots Ennis side. So I'm like, man, but as of right now, bro, from what I'm seeing, man, these niggas ducking. True. Yeah, man, you know what I mean? So the reason why Vergil Ortiz's team, as I said before, is not anxious to make this fight is because they don't like the style matchup. Ortiz's team is hesitant to put Vergil Ortiz in the ring against a guy like Jaron Ennis. And it's very important for them to control the narrative. But in doing so, they are exposing themselves. The only fight the fans want to see next is Jaron Ennis versus Vergil Ortiz. That's it. We don't want to see no Spence or Crawford. We want to see Vergil and Boots. Let's look and see what Vergil Ortiz, Oscar De La Hoya, Robert Garcia, and Ortiz's manager, what's the name, Rick Merrigan, or whatever the case may be, have to say, and let's get into the show. Today's show was sponsored by Foster's Barbershop. If you're in the city of Tampa, download the app Booksy, that's BOOKSY, Foster's Barbershop, and let them know that Coach Malachi sent you, and you will receive a 10% discount. Also, Today's show is we got this our new sponsor. Today's show is sponsored by IT Bail Bondsman. You get what I'm saying? If you are sitting in the county jail right now, and you may be in jail for child support, a missed court date, or you may be in jail for driving with suspended license. Guess what? I've been there, guys. You know, I made one call to IT Bail Bondsman, and they had me out the same day. If you or your people are locked up in the city of Tampa, please call IT Bail Bonds at 813-231-2663, or you can pull up at 6201 East Hillsborough Avenue, IT Bail Bondsman, where freedom is on the line. Let's give our sponsors a round of applause. Yeah. You might have somebody, might be a YN out there. You might need a bail bondsman, baby boy, the way you live. It might be a YN out there that, you know, he probably about that life, living that life. You get what I'm saying? Might be in jail. Your baby daddy might got arrested for child support. You might got to put that check up or something. You dig? Shout out to Mr. Nice. Hey, okay. Dropping that $2 super chat. He say turn Lubin into a fajita. I'm shaking my head. Let the whole hood down. Man, Lubin, listen. Lubin let the whole hood down.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yeah, man. Hey, the man let the whole hood down. Hold on. Hey, shout out to Tila. Tila, let's go over here. Let's go over here and see what's happening. Yeah, I don't need no defense attorneys to tell me a goddamn thing. I go about what I hear.
Behind you. Of course I want the belts. I want all the belts. As far as why the divisions are stacked, I wonder why that is. Every time I go to one, people seem to gravitate toward it. I don't know. But that's how I like it. That's how I want it to be. I mean, look, I'm here to fight the best. I don't care who it is. It can be Boots next. It can be Spence next. It can be Crawford next if he's still willing to do it. Because, you know, that's a fight that I've been calling for a while. I think that.
You heard what he said? He said if he's still willing to do it, meaning that he was willing to do it in the past.
It's a great fight to make happen still. Man, and we're just gonna keep doing what I do best, you know, and that's just being me.
He said we're gonna keep doing what we do best. See, he said we're gonna keep doing what we do best. See, that's that. Of course you are.
Vergil, great fight, man. Great win. JJ Sullivan, Spit Burger Podcast. I got two questions. First one. Oh, yeah, she said just one. We always hear that hunger starts to disappear as you go up in your career, as you grow older. How would you compare your hunger today? I think your scenario is a little
fuck hunger.
How much do you still want to get that belt behind you? Of course I want the belts. I want all the belts.
Oh, he talking about the belts. I'm talking about what the one. Okay, here it go right here. That ain't the one I was looking for. Let's go to this one.
I know Charlo was ringside, Boots was here, we saw him in the ring, Spence was here and everything. A lot of the names that have circled you in the past were here to see you in this performance. What were your thoughts on them being here, and which one of them do you want next?
It doesn't matter who's next. If I had to pick, I'm going to be honest, it would be Spence, because that's my... Well, it does matter. Boots came from Philly by himself, stepped in the ring. He said we need to make this fight happen next. You said you acknowledge it. Yeah, we need to do it. That's what you said. Now they're asking you who you want next. It do matter. You was supposed to say, look, I want Boots next. I'm instructing my team to make that fight happen ASAP. I'm finna knock this puto block off. Let them know that there's levels to this. True. I can't wait to drop these phone lines. Let's get it.
What are your thoughts on them being here, and which one of them do you want next?
It doesn't matter who's next. If I had to pick, I'm gonna be honest, it would be Spence, because that's my dream fight. I've been calling it since
AT&T.
There you go, at the Cowboys Stadium, and I just think that's my dream fight. And I don't care what anyone says about it. But anyone else, like I said, anyone can get it respectfully. I just want to fight the best. I'm just a competitive guy.
Oh, okay. I get all that. Okay, we want you to fight Boots. They say Boots the best. They say the Boots is the best out there. That's what they say. Okay, we want you to fight him next. That's it. That's all we want. We ain't asking you to do nothing else, dog. We just want you to fight him. That's all we asking for. The man came all the way to Fort Worth, got in the ring with you. Y'all was face to face. That's it. That's all we want. That's all we want.
Yeah.
Vergil, how surprised were you with your performance, considering I was watching, obviously, Lubin's fight against Lindora. That was a crazy fight, and you were able to, in 2 rounds, dominate this fight.
I honestly swear to God, had a feeling that it was going to end early. But
of course you had a feeling it was going to end early. I got that feeling. Hi. Get on up, man. I'm like, listen, of course you had a feeling it was going to end early. That's why y'all picked him.
True.
Shit. God damn, bro. Fam, that's why you picked him. Because you had a feeling it was going to end early. Hey, Miss Connie, you know, I think that was the obvious you had a feeling it was going to end early. That's why you picked him. You get what I'm saying? Shit, if you had a feeling that you was gonna beat Boots early, that fight would be made already.
True.
Look at title like James Brown. I got that feeling, man. Anyways,
I also knew that I had to be smart about it. I knew that Lubin was he's a smart fighter and calculative, and he's slick. So
he say Lubin is a smart fighter, calculated, and he's slick. Ain't that slick by Lubin? See, he been listening to Coach Eddie too long. He told me so Lubin is slick. Where he slick at? I ain't never confused Lubin to be no slick black fighter. I mean, he's a black fighter. I think he Haitian. He's a black fighter, but he ain't no goddamn slick fighter. He talking about something else. He's slick. Slick where? Where he was slick at?
Nigga, please.
Anyways.
I just knew I had to be smart, and we found a way.
Vergil, obviously Boots knocked out Lima in a round. Did you feel like you had to make some sort of statement, or was it just you wanted to be you in the ring?
I just be me in the ring. Honestly, I don't think about anything that's not happening in the ring. If the referee's not telling me to break, or if my opponent's not punching me, that's all I'm thinking about.
Vergil, do you see anything in Boots as a potential opponent that you can exploit? Do you see some weaknesses that you've been checking out that makes you be like, yeah, I can do something with this?
Everyone has weaknesses. That's no question.
He didn't answer the question. Well, he answered it, but he didn't answer. You know, he said everyone has weaknesses, but he asked him specifically, what is it in Boots that you see? Do you see any weaknesses? He just said everyone has weaknesses.
Yeah.
He didn't elaborate on it.
He's a future opponent, so I keep my eye out.
You made a good point about the Lubin fight. There was something that happened where he went from like engaged in the action to not engaged. Was there a bunch of that?
I'll have to watch the fight. I think maybe I hit him with the body shot in the first round. I kind of froze him, but I'll have to watch the fight over.
Robert Lamar with Dice City, Vergil. They made a comment about Cinco de Mayo. We all know that used to be Oscars weekend, Mexican Independence Day weekend. I know you looking like Travis, so up that weekend. What do you think about you being a
Talk about Cinco de Mayo. Nigga said, man, hold on. Let's hear what Oscar Dela Hoya got to say. Let's go here. Let's go here, y'all, before I drop these phone lines.
Oscar, what about?
Congratulations, Can I talk to you about Oscar, you said some things up there. You said some things up there that I think.
Vergil Ortiz was on Snack. Are y'all saying that? Why y'all not making no video talking about something? Yeah, man, Vergil Ortiz was on that sniggity snack. Maybe that's why he was able to beat Lubin.
True.
Why y'all ain't talking about that? Make some videos about that for all you snack conspirators out there.
That some of the fans may get troubled by, because it's like this fight is right here waiting to happen. Yeah. Let's not talk about money, but money could become an issue here, right?
No, it actually can. I mean, look, this can be a great negotiation. Obviously, look, when I say it has to be favorable to Vergil, that's the obvious case. I mean, look at what he did. Look at who he is. Vergil Ortiz is the man. Having this fight in Las Vegas can be huge, but Vergil Ortiz has to be the favorite here when it comes to negotiations. And as long as they're favorable, we'll make the fight happen. There's no problem.
That is so vague. As long as it's favorable, we'll make the fight. Bro, okay, here come the obstacles. Here it go. Now, what do we got to do now? Hold on now. Wait a minute now. We going to do something called factoring. All right, now, Vergil Ortiz, he's a mega superstar in boxing. No, Oscar, the numbers don't show here, superstar. That fight he had with Lubin and that garbage ass card that you just fought on, that shit wasn't packed at all. Yeah, but don't worry about that. But see where he is, he's a superstar. See, and he Mexican. Okay, we know he's a Mexican, but he don't speak Spanish, so I don't think that I gotta talk to La Raza. I gotta talk to the real Mexican. I got my partner. My partner stayed about 4 houses down. Four houses down. I'm gonna go holler at him. I'm gonna go talk to some real Mexicans because I need to see, what they saying about this. I gotta go talk to them and see what they say. I can't go by what Oscar say. Oscar and Eddie Hearn they're like a used car salesman, a snake oil salesman or something of that sort. All right, let's see. All right, okay. So you know what I mean. So that's all I'm saying.
Oscar, I think everybody wants to see the fight, so the money's not going to be an issue because there will be enough money in the pot.
Yes.
He said there will be enough money in the pot. Oh boy. He said the money is not the issue. So all right, we don't evaluate this fight as an $11 million fight. Okay, Vergil want 10. We gonna pay you 1. Okay, that's it. That's it. 90-10. This is gonna be a 90-10 split. If you really want to fight now, do you really want to fight? Okay, cool. Now you got to make sacrifices. Now sacrifices. Make some sacrifices. You know what I mean? All right, now it's gonna be a 90-10 split. Okay. No back end. You don't get no back end. Let's see. You gonna have to weigh in on the same day. We got rid of that, but we gonna bring that back for you. Let's see. You got to run 5 miles the day of the fight. Let's see. What else? Lord have mercy. You got to stay up all night. Don't get no sleep, no kind of rest at all. The day before the fight. Okay. Let's see what else. We got some more stipulations in there. Cause we a heavy A side. We're a heavy A side. Okay. Look. Shit. Look, I want you to eat a artery clogging whole head cheese sandwich with a whole lot of pig foot gravy on top of it. Eat that like 1 hour before the fight, right? Also, we want you to take this laxative right here. The laxative is supposed to kick in about in 7 hours. So the ring walk is like at 9, about 10 o'clock Central Standard Time. What I want you to do, I want you to take this laxative, drink 2 bottles of this, 2 bottles of laxative, drink this here 7 hours before the main event. Just in case you got the shit or something during the fight. If you run out the ring because you don't want to shit on yourself in front of everybody and got to use the bathroom, we going to win automatically by disqualification. So you get what I'm saying? So they would have put all that in the contract.
True.
Yeah, I can't, dog. I can't beat you like that.
Is that going to be a heated debate by Eddie Hearn? Do you think he's going to say my guy's the guy? I mean, how can he say that?
He better not. I mean, that's there's no question that I have the man. There's no question that Vergil Ortiz is the man. So
okay, Vergil Ortiz the man. What does all of that mean? Does that mean we gonna fight? You get what I'm saying? Hey, Miss Connie, does that mean we gonna fight? Vergil Ortiz is the man. Okay, whoop de doo. He the man. He whatever you want him to be. Is these niggas gonna fight? Yes or no? That's it. Whatever, however you want to spin it.
I feel that these negotiations will be negotiations, just like any other fight, and it'll go back and forth. But at the end of the day, Vergil Ortiz is the man.
Oscar, Spence was in the arena, in the building. I don't know if you saw Errol Spence.
Oh, I did see him.
You did see him. We've talked about this for 5 years. We talked about it at the Arlington press conference, filling up Jerry World with him and a Vergil.
Imagine that. Vergil is such.
He said, listen, the key word of what he just said, he said, oh, imagine that. Just my imagination. Imagine that. We heard that word imagine before. Do you remember when you see one of your favorite fighters, one of these fanatics, when they go to talk about their fighter? Man, look how my fighter beat whole head cheese. Just imagine what he'll do to Shakur. Look at what my son did to Tevin Farmer. Just imagine what he'll do to Shakur. Shakur don't want that fight with my boy. Tank don't want that fight with my boy. Just imagine, look how hard he hits. Imagine what would happen if he hits Tank with that. Here you go, imagine again. We got to use this word imagine. Just imagine. Imagine Spence and Vergil Ortiz. No, we're not imagining that. We are imagining Boots and Vergil Ortiz.
A good place right now.
World with him and a Vergil.
Imagine that. Vergil is in such a good place right now. If we don't get favorable negotiations, then we can always go to Errol Spence. Or
and we don't get favorable negotiations. What are the favorable negotiations you want? Look, my nigga, you gotta have one arm tied behind your back. That's one. Two, you gotta take this laxative 7 hours before the fight. That's two. All right. Three, we gonna weigh you the same day like the old school. 3. Okay, cool. 4. You got to put on 16-ounce gloves. That's 4. Damn, okay. 5. You got to wear this ankle weight. You got to have some ankle weights on. 5. Okay. 6. Let us give you the water bottle. You need to drink. We want you to drink from our water bottle that we made for you. Okay, 6. All right. 7. You get what I'm saying? Like, bro, 90-10 split. Like Oscar Dela Hoya, he talking about that it has to be favorable. Bro, we know what this is now. We know what it is, Oscar. Anyways.
we can go to Fundura. So there's a lot of options for Vergil. I know the world wants to watch Boots Ennis versus Vergil, but let's get one thing straight here. Vergil is the man.
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
Hey, what you say, Miss Connie? Hold on. Oh my God. I got that from Gray. Hey, what you say, Miss Connie? She said, Coach, what was the total amount of times the ref had to break them up for holding? Oh, you talking about the co-main event. Bro, this had to be the worst co-main event in the history of co-main events at this Golden Boy fight, right? They had some dudes. Now, I still got the paper right here. I counted from round 7 through 10. 7, 8, 9, 10, those 4 rounds right there, right? I counted how many times the referee had to break these fools up. They was grabbing and holding so much, making love. I thought I was listening to a Key Sweat album. True. These niggas was holding so much. And the 7th round, I forgot who the co-main event was. The referee had to break them up 8 times. In the 8th round, the referee had to break the co-main event up 7 times. In the 9th round, the referee had to break the co-main event up 9 times. And in the 10th round, he had to separate them 10 times. They was and the fight ended in a majority draw, as it should. Both of them was holding, making love. That was the co-main event. Oscar De La Hoya, boy, you must got a shoestring budget. Boy, the zone must got you on a shoestring budget, fam. Bro, like, that had to be one of the worst co-main events in history. I mean, it was bad. And I don't see some bad ones. Bro, like somebody say this fight should have been on Pro Box. No, that fight disrespected Pro Box. That's lower than Pro Box. That's disrespect to Pro Box. Pro Box had better fights than that. I mean, Oscar, man, you gotta tighten up, dog. I know you putting all these cans together like you got an all can card. Anyway, let's go over here. Let's go over here. Let's see what Eddie Hearn got to say.
No, I always want to say that word to you.
No, that's all right, mate.
You go right back.
Eddie, talk to me a little bit about, obviously, the Vergil Ortiz performance. What did you make of it? I know you were there.
It's a great performance. I mean, I think any time that you stop someone early, people start saying, oh, Lubin's shot, he's sat on the ropes, what was he doing?
What you mean? People go to saying, people were saying that before the fight. That's why they picked him. Everybody know Lubin was washed. Wasn't nobody really sure though. They were like, okay, you know what? I think he kind of washed, but let's see. We're gonna see what he do with this fight. Now, Coach Eddie, and it was a bunch of people in the chat talking about Lubin for the upset and all that stuff there. Man, boy, hush. Man, that nigga sat there, man, and just laid on the rope and let a man wail on him. Bro, I'm more inclined to believe that was a fixed fight. I sat back and watched it twice. I said, man, bro, I don't know. The fans need to investigate boxing. Bro, I'm telling you, bro, the man just sat on the rope. I ain't never seen Lubin do that. No, I ain't never seen Lubin do that. I mean, him losing, that's one thing, but come on. Anyway, yeah, I don't know, boy. I don't know about that one.
But it's the same when Boots beat Lima. Lima's a really good fighter, but he just meant, oh, who's Lee?
He talking about something. Lima's a really good fighter. No, he isn't. Lima's a really good fighter. No, he isn't. Eddie, don't piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. People, just like people did with Boots, when they talking about something, who is Lima? Lima's a really good fighter. No, he isn't. That man was trash.
Like, boxing fans are never really happy. What you have to respect is the way these guys
No, boxing fans ain't dumb.
go in there and destroy opposition like that. Lubin is a top 15 guy. Lima is a top 15 guy. Boots and Ortiz went in there and
How did they get on the top 15? That ain't the point. The point ain't this guy in the top 15. The question is not, oh, he in the top 15. The question is, how did he get in the top 15? Hell, I could get Miss Conner in the top 15 right now. I can get Miss Conner in the top 15 right now. Literally. He's in the top 15. That's the same shit Mama Hopefield said. That's the same shit Rick Glazer said. I said, Rick, tell us about this. Remember I had Rick on here? I said, yeah, Rick. Yeah, man, them sanctioned bodies, they be paying to get motherfuckers moved up and down the sanctioned bodies in the rankings and stuff like that. We know some of these dudes that's right, they shouldn't even be ranked. Rick say, nah, that's not true. That's how it used to be. It's not like that anymore. I say, nah, Rick, I don't believe that. He said, I'm telling you, that's not true. And then Rick shut it down real fast. He didn't want to talk about it. Because he don't want to expose. That's what the hell he be doing. Well, we got to get this dude right, baby boy. Check this out, baby. They look at baby boy. We got, listen, I got to fight. Perfect example. Remember, Jaleel Hackett said that he the one told Eddie Hearn about Lima. Eddie didn't even know who he was. He the one told Eddie about Lima. Said, look, man, I want to fight somebody for a belt. There's somebody that got an IBF belt named Lima Bean. I want to fight him. He said, we had Jaleel on this show. Jaleel said he didn't want to say no names. He said the people from Matchroom told him that, don't worry about that dude, Lima Bean. He ain't nobody. He won't do nothing for your resume. And then the next thing you know, they made an announcement that Lima Bean was fighting Boots for the IBO heavyweight, for the IBO junior middleweight Niggas, hey, they don't took Jaleel Hackett food and fed it to Boots. So anyways,
destroyed them both. You can't ask for more than that. So I thought it was a great performance. Vergil's a great fighter. This is not, there's nothing but respect from us, but we just know we win. And like, it's not for us. Once you start hearing things like, we're the A side and we want 10 million and we want, what does Boots? It's like, what, guys? Ortiz has never been a world champion. Great fighter. Boots has been world champion. He's been a unified champion, but neither of them are world champions now. They're just the top two fighters in the division. So if you truly believe that you're the best, make the fight, and it'll be really interesting to now see if they truly believe. Because the fight's there, the fight's done, the money's there, the pay-per-view's there. I mean, it's a massive fight. But
now I'm gonna tell y'all something that probably a lot of Vergil Ortiz fans didn't like. In my opinion, as it relates to this move, the best move that Boots made was to show up at that fight Saturday. That was the best move he could have made. Showed up at Fort Worth, Texas, and stepped in the ring with Vergil Ortiz and was face to face with him. From a PR standpoint, that's the best move he could have made. When he did that, do you get what I'm saying? So now we're gonna hear a bunch of, oh man, well, he turned the fight down a while ago and he could have did this, and why he ain't fighting that dude, or why he ain't fighting that dude. We're gonna hear everything. We're gonna hear everything now. I'm like, I get all of that, but I'm past all of that. We talking about from Saturday on forward, what's happening right now. Because it seemed like you're using that as an obstacle, a barrier for the fight not to happen. They was face to face. Both men said the fight need to happen now. Both men said the fight need to happen now. Now what's up? That's all I'm saying. I don't care what happened 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or who did what. Pass all of that. Let's pick up from Saturday night on up to now. That's it. That was the best move Boots could have made. Because you pull a nigga whole card. That's what we call it. That's what we call it in Florida. When a nigga pull your whole card, meaning when a dude stepped to you and he called you bluff. Well, what's happening? I'm here. I'm here by myself. Gillian Wallow is in Philly. Meek Mill is on tour. My brother's there at home. Greg Hackett, he chilling somewhere. It's just me. I'm in your city, in front of your fans, in front of your team and your people, and I'm here. What's happening? That was the best move we could have made. Anything after that, I'm watching. And so far, it's like, man, I'm like, man, bro, because now he pull a nigga whole card in front of everybody.
You can find an excuse if you don't want to do it. So we'll see.
And obviously we saw the fighters face off, and we know you want to fight. The fighters clearly want to fight. And you mentioned the $10 million mark by Rick Meridian, I believe his name is, the manager of Vergil Ortiz. Do you see it as an obstacle? I mean, is it a real obstacle?
If you come out with things, I mean, look, if the fight delivers and it does really well, the fighter's going to make a load of money. They're going to make a load of money anyway. But, like, when are you going to hear me come out about this fight, or Boots coming out saying, we want this, we're the A-side? No, we just want the fight. We just need to prove that we're better than everybody else. But if Vergil wants the fight, I have no doubt. Does the father? Does Robert Garcia? Does Rick Meridian? Probably not. Does Oscar De La Hoya? Probably not.
And that's the problem. Vergil Ortiz's dad don't want this fight. Robert Garcia don't want this fight. Oscar De La Hoya don't want this fight. Vergil Ortiz's manager don't want this fight. I think that's obvious at this point. As a matter of fact, let's move on down the yellow brick road. Let's go over here. Let's go over here. Hold on. Bear with me one moment. Cause I got some stuff saved. Let's see, where does it do that? Somebody, hold on. Hold on, I'm trying to see. I think I got to save. Somebody sent it to me. Yeah, this motherfucker right here. Now this is Vergil Ortiz's manager. This what he posted on stories. This what he posted on his IG page. He said, I think Vergil Ortiz versus Spence at Cowboy Stadium is the biggest of all Texas matchups in history, and Charlo versus Boots is the co-main event, and the winner of each other, and the winners fight each other. Just might be fire. Makes sense. Charlo and Boots both turn Ortiz down. Do you see this right here? This is Vergil Ortiz's manager. This dude right here, from Saturday, this is what he posted. That's Vergil Ortiz's team. Hold on, there's something else I got. There's another one I got. Let me see, where is that? What do you say? What this around? Oh, this dude, I heard this manager's an asshole. I ain't never met him. He said greed don't exist on the real team. Let's see. Oh, I'm trying to see what he's talking about. Where is that? Where's that one that somebody sent me? This motherfucker went to talking about 10 million. We need 10 mil. I'm like, okay, well, did you pay Vergil 10 mil to fight Lubin? Did you pay him 10 mil to fight Madrimal? Did you pay him 10 mil to fight them other dudes he fought? Mean Machine? So if you saying you want 10 mil, let's look at this. That means the other guy has value. Because you only one half of the equation. Did you get what I'm saying? You only one half of the equation. So, I mean, bro, it's man. I can't find the other one. It's another one. It's another one I had. I'm looking at all. Listen, check this out. I'm looking at all these videos. Check this out. I want to show y'all this. Now, this fight hype. Robert Garcia reveals Charlo confrontation. Vergil Ortiz invites Lubin to the barbecue after destroying him. So, Vergil Ortiz, this is what they say right here in this title. I haven't clicked on this yet. Vergil Ortiz invited Lubin to a barbecue after knocking him out in the second round. Boots Ennis gave Lima Bean 2 Philly cheesesteaks after he knocked him out in the first round. Y'all see a pattern? Anyway, let's continue. Oscar says Oscar Dela Hoya sends ultimatum to Jaron Boots Ennis. Terms of the contract. Let's click on this and see what this says. All right, we ought to seen this. Right here, what you see right here? Vergil Ortiz calls out Crawford and Boots Ennis. Okay, now I don't mind the Boots Ennis now.
You know, we're very proud of Vergil Ortiz. He actually surprised me. I mean, I think he surprised and shocked everyone in the first round. Yeah, we thought maybe 1, 2, 3 rounds, you know. But Vergil Ortiz
Yeah, he actually surprised me, dog. We were thinking, you get what I'm saying? We were thinking about 1, 2, 3 rounds, you know what I mean? 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 rounds. You know what I'm talking about? We had no idea we were going to end in 2.
And so without any further ado, you're champ, Vergil Ortiz.
You're a champ? What champ? The man. He's like, you're a champ. Without further ado, you're a champ. What is he a champ of? Hey, Goddess, what is he a champ of? Just, you know. I ain't got but a GED. What is he a champ? He's a champ of what? She said at this point, it's just entertainment and role playing. Facts. That's all it is. Yeah.
Thank you, guys. You know, I think after this fight is the fight where I truly feel like I'm 100% back to what I was. And I couldn't have done it without my team, my dad, Robert, Hector, Charles, all the guys helping me spar. Dr. B, of course, and my promoters having my back 100% of the way.
Hey, they just like with motherfucker at the PBC. Well, first of all, we got to be like everybody else is. Thank Al Heyman.
Well, you know, I guess I got to be like everybody else and thank Al Heyman.
And I'm gonna have your back too. I'm gonna have y'all's back no matter what. That's it. That's all I got. Thank you.
Remy with Cigar Talk, Vergil. First of all, great performance. I wanted to ask you 2 questions. One, how would you rate your performance? And afterwards, you and Boots got into a heated back and forth. What was that about?
I don't think it was very heated. It's just competitive talk. It was all right. I rate myself maybe like an A-. Maybe I got hit with some small jabs I shouldn't have got hit by, but I think I did what I was supposed to do.
And Oscar, I wanted to ask you a question as well, really with Cigar Talk. Oscar, how soon do you want to make that Boots Vergil fight, and who do you feel like is the A side of this fight, and how are you guys going to go about it?
Who do you feel is the A side? This A side, see, look, dog. A side talk is duck talk. Yeah, I'm telling you.
Yeah, first of all, yeah, we should have a cigar. Do you have a cigar here so I can smoke? I'm actually skeptical now. I'm actually skeptical because, and I told Eddie and Boots, do not come and watch Vergil live because you're going to be afraid of what you see.
He said you're going to be afraid of what you're going to see. Literally soon after Vergil Ortiz stopped Lubin, Boots stepped inside the ring. Literally, Boots stepped inside the ring. So he couldn't have been too afraid. Okay, but anyway, I digress.
So we'll see. I'm going to sit down with Eddie Hearn, and we obviously have the upper hand because he's the better man, and see if we can come to terms, which I'm sure we will. But I told these guys, don't be there live because this guy's a monster, and you're going to be afraid, and you're going to probably want to take another tune-up fight. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Eddie Hearn calls us, Boots promoter, and we can come to favorable terms for Vergil and get him.
You're shaking like booty meat. Oh, let's hit that part one more time.
This guy's a monster, and you're gonna be afraid, and you're gonna probably want to take another tune-up fight. But hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully Eddie Hearn calls us, Boots promoter, and we can come to favorable terms for Vergil.
I'm listening to all the key words. Hopefully he called us favorable terms. He's a monster. I'm listening to all of that. It's the language.
Get him what he wants, and we will make the super fight happen. That's the bottom line. I like promoting huge fights. I love promoting great fighters, and I think this is a fight that the whole world would want to watch.
I think the last fight.
He said a whole bunch of nothing. Hey, listen. Some of y'all in the chat, y'all think Oscar Dela Hoya said something. This what I heard.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Hey, that what I don't know what y'all heard. That what I just heard. We must, Oscar. When can we get that mega fight between Jaron Boots Ennis, between Vergil Ortiz and Jaron Boots Ennis? We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity to preclude on the issue of world domination can only circumcise the revelation which now maximizes the aphrodisiac symptoms, which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation. You get what I'm saying? So, we the A side, 90-10 split, whole head cheese sandwiches, 85% of the back end money go to Vergil. Let's see. You got to run 5 miles now. The day of the fight, you got to run 5 miles. 5 mile, dog. I want you good and tired. Let's see. 16-ounce gloves. Vergil gonna wear 8s. You got to wear 16. Even though he's supposed to be wearing 10s, but that's okay. Yeah, you see it. What else we got? Now, you can't be moving around now. No movement. Don't be moving around. I don't want none of that slick black fighter shit. We don't want that. We want you to do what Lubin did. You got to get on the ropes and get in the high guard, okay? You got to do that. And now if you do all of that, then we can make the fight.
True.
Man. Phone lines on.
You want to talk some shit? Call me. Start some shit, bitch.
Sup, fool? You gonna talk shit about me, homie? Where you from?
Hundreds of niggas is waiting for your motherfucking call, and they all talking shit about you right now.
Call the coach at 530-494-9636. We waiting on your bitch ass. Hey, look here. Hey, they say, yeah, man, you know, we listen, we told you we didn't want you to be afraid. You were gonna be scared. I said, well, shit, he pulled up by himself. The man pulled up by himself, looking at Vergil eye to eye. Like, what's happening? I'm here now. Vergil say he want to fight. Boots say he want to fight. What's happening? You get what I'm saying? He's going to be afraid. Well, that didn't look like he was afraid. Oh, shit. He came to Philly. He left Philly, came to Texas by himself. I'll call him. What's your name? Where you calling from?
Jamie from New York.
Jamie, talk to me.
Yes, sir. How you doing, Coach?
I'm doing good.
All right, beautiful. Listen, man, I know in the past year or so, I took a few L's. You know, I know I have more L's than LL Cool J. But Saturday, you know, I was right about my pick. I'm happy about that. I heard somebody, they either called in or said it in a super chat or something. The Coach Eddie messed up his money. Right? Did I hear correct?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, man. But it's all good. Anyway, salute to Coach Eddie, bro. But listen, Coach, let me start with Oscar De La Hoya. You know, that whole card was trash. This is the product that you know, he put out there. You know, every fight was garbage, man. Then he said that the fans don't support the sport. I wonder why. You know? But, you know, Oscar, he looked to me like, you know, he was hoping that nobody bring up the name Boots up, you know? Look, Coach, after the fight, you know, they asked Oscar about, you know, fighting Boots and stuff. And, you know, he talked about everything else but fighting Boots, you know? And I am convinced that Oscar is the one ducking and blocking the fight. You know, Vergil, he seemed like he wanted to fight, but then after the fight, he sounded weird, you know? At the face-off, he said something to Boots, and Boots was like, man, fuck all that. I'm here now. I think he said something about 6 months ago. He ducked and like, man, fuck all that. I'm ready now, right? So, bro, listen, man. Now, Vergil, you know, he did his job, man. You know, he knocked out the tomato can. You know, he took him out quick. And I don't know if Lubin was a shot fighter or the motherfucker took the yellow envelope, but Lubin did not come to fight. You know, and it looked to me suspect. You know, I saw zero head movement. I don't know what the hell he was doing on the ropes all that time. You know, he was just standing there. And how many right hands are you going to take, bro? You know, you're getting hit with the same punch over and over again. That motherfucker took a dive, bro. For real. Bro, Coach, the knockout was too easy, man. It was too easy, bro. Listen, one more thing, man. Boots, listen, the man showed up. I shit on Boots every chance I get, but I got to give him credit for this, man. He made the trip, bro. Yeah. He didn't have to. So by him showing off and jumping into that ring, it shows to me that's a sign right there that he wants to fight now. So all that shit about the past, nah, fuck all that, man. Yeah. So look, for me, the A side should be the first motherfucker to sign on the dotted line, to be honest with you. No excuses. And Oscar, man, all I heard from him and Ortiz was duck language. And I say one more thing to Oscar. I hope you're listening. You keep giving us shit fights, we're going to continue to steal them. Fuck you. That's my call, Coach. Peace.
Man, bro. You're gonna be hard pressed to convince me that a guy who left his city to come to another man's city by himself to step in the ring. That's why I say, like, I'm past that other shit. Boots duck, Vergil duck. I'm past all that. Okay, we talking about now. From the Saturday night. Who ducking from Saturday night? Did you get what I'm saying? It's like I'm hearing, bro. I heard the same shit. Carla, hold on. I'm hearing the same talking points I heard when it came down to David Benavidez fighting Canelo. Y'all was doing that same shit. Oh man, he ain't no Mexican monster. Oh, he ain't fought nobody. Canelo could do what he want to do, and he need to fight those other dudes first, and he need to do. I heard the same thing. The same talking points. It's the same talking points. Hear the same thing with Tank. Same talking points. Oh man, Shakur pillow fisted. Oh, Devin Haney ain't did this. Oh, that person ain't. But it's the same talking points. And when it's a fighter that y'all don't want y'all favorite fighter to fight, the talking points is totally different. I ain't hear none of this stuff when the Lubin fight got made. I'm past anything that happened in the past. What's happening now? Y'all remember that TV show, What's Happening? Then they did a reboot called What's Happening Now. What's happening now? Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Hey, it's Curtis from Long Beach.
Curtis, talk to me.
And after watching it and, watching a little in-ring thing with Boots and Vergil, and then hearing Vergil talk after the fight, him and Oscar, I don't think it's going to happen just based on, what Vergil and Oscar said. Vergil, he flat out said, like, I don't care what anyone says, my dream fight is Errol Spence. So I think if given the option, she's going to take the Errol fight. And right now, the situation with PBC fighters not fighting, I think, you offer them dudes pretty much anything outside of, Tank, obviously, but you offer them guys pretty much any fight, they taking it. You know what I mean? Because they barely fighting as it is, and they don't know when they're going to get another fight.
What fighters are you talking about? Because Errol Spence ain't taking no any fights, and Jamel Charlo ain't taking no any fights. So which fighters are you talking about?
Well, everybody else. I mean, right now, who knows what Errol Spence will take because he hasn't fought.
Exactly.
So I think if he get an offer from Vergil, I think he'll take that fight. You know what I mean?
What are you basing that thought on?
I haven't heard him getting any other offers.
We haven't heard anything about him coming back to boxing. Period.
Yeah.
So we haven't heard haven't heard anything about Spence coming back to boxing. He's been out going on 2.5 years. Who's to say that Vergil Ortiz sent him an offer they gonna fight? Well, like where did that come from? Like literally they pulled Errol Spence's name out of thin air. Before this Lubin fight, we didn't hear nothing about no. We ain't hear nothing about no. Okay, but Jamel Charlo showed up. Boot showed up. And we gonna go by. We gonna go by. Okay, well, the Vergil Ortiz and Spence fight should be made. It's because he showed up. Okay, well, Boot showed up. And guess what? Out of the 3 fighters that showed up,
it should be made.
Yeah, no, hear me out. Teofimo was there. And then guess what? Guess who stepped in the ring? Errol Spence didn't step in the ring and call Vergil Ortiz out for a fight. Jamel Charlo didn't step in the ring and call Vergil Ortiz out for a fight. Boots was the one that stepped in the ring.
Yeah. So and that's what I'm basing my my opinion on and what I believe, right? So with Vergil, I think he's pushing for a situation like Spence. I don't think he want to fight Boots just based on what he said. He said, I don't care what anyone says. My dream fight is Errol Spence. So I think if given that opportunity, that's what he's going to do. I don't think he really want to fight Boots just based on what him and Oscar said. And I think, they're going to ask for something ridiculous, based on just the answers that they gave. Now, will they send Spence an offer? Who knows? I think they may try, you know what I mean? And I just think based on Spence's inactivity and, the rumors of him coming back, him, with the Pandora situation, trying to get that. And, I think he may jump on it. You know what I mean? Depending on what the offer is.
Let me ask you this. In closing. Why would Vergil Ortiz want to fight Errol Spence, a guy who's been inactive for 2.5 years coming off a knockout loss?
That's a question for Vergil Ortiz. He said it's his dream fight. I don't know.
No. I got the answer for you. He's fighting a guy who hasn't fought in 2.5 years, the inactive fighter who's coming off a knockout loss, because he's looking for an easy fight. He's looking for a big name fighter to pad his record, so he can add Errol Spence's name on his list. But it's an easy fight for him because he's been inactive for over 2.5 years. So why would you want to fight Errol Spence, a guy who's been inactive for 2.5 years, coming off a knockout loss, other than the reason why that you think is an easy win and you can make you some good money fighting him.
But you clearly heard what he said. He don't care what anybody thinks.
Yeah, I get that. I get that.
So that's why I said, you know, they don't want to fight Boots, man. You know what I mean? They turned it down before, you know, saying that they needed 4 fights, and then, you know, all this bullshit now. I just don't think they want to fight the dude. And we'll see what happens. I hope they fight, but, you know, I'm kind of like, I don't think it's going to happen. You know
yeah, the goddess is right in the chat, man. Yeah, salute, fam. Shout out to Curtis. Salute you, fam. Yeah, goddess, you was right. Yeah, goddess, you was right. You get what I'm saying? So, you know, I mean, you know, I like, man, I ain't trying to hear none of that. I ain't trying to hear none of that shit. Goddess, what they say? Say Errol in shape right now. I'm like, you want to fight an inactive motherfucker. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Ben from Houston.
Ben from H-Town, talk to me.
What's going on with you, Coach?
Chilling, fam.
Hey, man, I don't believe. I think that with these two guys, if you kind of look at what's been going on with their promoters, both of them really have the kind of same track record.
Yeah.
And they both, you know, like they shield their fighters, right? Because right now, of course, Vergil is the best thing Oscar got. Boots is the best thing Eddie Hearn got, and it's like they shield their fighters from the time we can remember, because every time they so say big ticket fighters get into a big fight, they both lost.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking that they're going to they're trying to ride this wave as long as they can ride it until they're basically forced and don't have another choice. That's just my opinion about it. So I don't think this fight gonna happen next, although I'd like to see it. But I just think that with these two promoters, man, they just been doing the same thing for over and over and over. You know, it's just shielding them fighters, you know, because they ain't got nothing else to lay their hat on, you know, so to speak. If they lose, then where do they go from there, I guess. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know, bro.
Hey, but salute to you,
I don't know. What you think?
No, you know what, Ben? No, that's exactly what's going on. It's like, you know what, both of these guys, it's a high risk fight, because both sides, it's a high risk fight because, both of them feel that neither one of them is a cakewalk. Now, Boots talking like this shit gonna be easy. This dude flat-footed, come forward, pressure fighter. I destroy those type of fighters. That's what Boots is saying. I think, but however, Oscar Dela Hoya and them don't seem too thrilled to make that fight because they don't like Boots' style. They don't like his style. Stylistically, it's the same. Like it's like this happens all the time. They don't like that style. Like, this ain't no Lubin. This ain't no them other dudes who was fighting. This motherfucker here gonna be, and it's a good chance we might lose this motherfucker here. Again, but so the team don't believe in it, and ultimately, I think the fighter don't really believe because the fighter, I don't see him like vehemently saying, "No, man, we finna make this fight." No, we finna make this fight. Look, man, man, I want to fight this dude, man. Man, fuck all that. Like, listen, let's, I want to fight this dude. I don't see him vehemently like it ain't none of that. So I'm like, yeah, I see what's going on.
Yeah, real quick, but I agree with that 1,000%. Man, at some point, man, these fighters gotta really take control of their own careers. I mean, I understand, the promoters got a job to do, but their job ain't to matchmake fight. You at some point you gotta be like, hey man, listen, man, if I can't get the fight that I need, then I need to be looking somewhere else. Or I need to, you might as well put me on the shelf, man, until I get the fight that I want. You know what I mean? If these guys start doing that, man, they'll force these promoters, man, to give them the fight that they want, man. But a lot of them just go sit in the corner, like they on punishment or something like that, man, and just roll with the punches, I guess, man. I don't know, man. It's just crazy to me, bro. But that's my call, Coach. I'll holler at you a little later on.
All right, salute, fam. Yep. Yeah, this shit ain't complicated. This shit ain't complicated. You know, and I said this shit. I said this shit about the Crawford Spence fight, Crawford Canelo fight, Canelo Benavidez fight, what it was, when Tank fought, who Tank was when he fought Ryan Garcia, stuff like that. I'm like, bro, this shit don't be this shit. Like, you can tell the threat assessment. They got something called a threat assessment, right? Anytime a fighter that's supposed to be hold on. Anytime a fighter that's supposed to be a top, like a top level fighter, he gets in the ring, or there's a fighter that, from a stylistic standpoint, they don't like, you know, meaning the people, the powers that be, the people that control that fighter's career, or the people he's hiding behind, they'll start making up stuff. Well, you know, we don't like this, and we the A side, and this and that. But guess what? They don't never say that when it comes to those lower level fighters, because they make fights just like that. And then the same thing on Boots' side. Boots them did something of that sort as well. So both sides are at fault for what happened in the past. I'm gonna say that. Where I'm at with it as of right now, Saturday night, it seemed like one side shaking like booty meat. From my personal observation, ain't that nobody else can tell me different. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin, talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. Boots announced to the world on social media that his flight was canceled, this and that. He wasn't going to make it. And then Spence is in Vergil's locker room before the fight. So kind of odd that 1 minute, oh, boy's in his locker room. Next minute, he's talking about he wants to fight him. I think that was the plan all along, to line up Errol Spence. Because think about it like this. Spence been out of the ring, like you said, 2.5 years, whatever it's been. He ain't got much of a future left in boxing. So I think he's just trying to cash in one last fight, because he's still got a reputable name. You know, you beat him, you beat a somebody, regardless of what Crawford did to him. That was Crawford. Not everybody's Crawford. Not everybody's close to being Crawford. So just because Crawford could do something to Spence, don't mean everybody and their mother could do it too. So I don't want the Spence fight, but at the end of the day, I don't run that man's career. He do his own thing. You know, he does what works for him. I can't say shit about it. You know, will I watch it? Probably. But would I rather see Boots? Of course. Nothing better than two fighters in their prime. Now, you brought up, oh, Vergil wants to fight a guy that's been out of the ring for 3 years. Who's your favorite fighter, Coach? Marvin Hagler? When did he fight Sugar Ray Leonard? When he had been sitting out for 3 years. So apples to apples, Coach. You know what I mean? It's not what we want, but it's what we getting. I came up during the Floyd era, when it was called the Floyd lottery ticket. I think right now, all the fighters are holding out their best fights in hopes that Turkey jumps on the bandwagon and says, that's the fight I want. That's the fight I'm going to overpay for. And that's what these fools are holding out for. They're holding out for that Turkey money. They don't want the DAZN money. They want that Turkey money, because look what Devin Haney's making. Look what Ryan's making. And you can't tell me them fools are worth a third of that, or that they were seeing that type of money before Turkey jumped on the scene. So I think that's what's happening right now. We getting some bullshit fights because everybody holding out for that lottery ticket from Turkey.
So you are the opinion that Turkey is the one that's going to be the one to finance this fight and pay Vergil Ortiz $10 million, because they say they want 10 and whatever Boots gonna want. And so that's what's going on. That's what you feel?
I think especially now that DAZN is doing this $40 premium subscription shit, they gonna need some big name fights. You can't just put out any old type of bullshit and expect motherfuckers to pay. It's already a proven fact that, you know, motherfuckers ain't cashing out for no pay-per-view. Now this subscription shit is a little bit better, but you got to put something cool out there. And what's a bigger American fight that can be made right now other than Boots versus Vergil? I can't think of anything. As dominant as Crawford is, there's really nobody, unless he fights Boots, that he can do. There's nobody out of the U.S. that Canelo can fight. That's the biggest fight that can be made right now. Heavyweight is dead. You know, maybe other than that, because light heavyweight ain't doing much. I mean, lightweight ain't doing much. There's nothing out there. It has to be that one.
So
I think they.
So based on because Errol Spence was in Vergil Ortiz's locker room wishing him luck, you're saying that that's the play all along. So you on the impression that that's the fight that's gonna happen next.
I think they're using that as a negotiation tactic. Hey, if we can't get this, we'll do that.
What did Spence say?
We'll make this fight in Cowboy Stadium.
What did Errol Spence say?
To my knowledge, Errol Spence ain't said shit since he got whooped on by Crawford, to be honest with you. So who's to say? I mean, I don't think it's just like you said. Boots don't go to just anybody's fights. Neither does Spence. Now you might say, well, yeah, that's his hometown area, whatever, and maybe that was it. But I don't think he just pulled Spence out of the dark. I think, you know, if he mentioned him, there has to have been something discussed. Because remember, Spence used to be a Golden Boy fighter before he blew up with PBC.
He missed.
So there's that history right there.
He mentioned Crawford, and ain't nothing going on with them. Nothing.
Yeah, but you forgot about the Cadillac, coach.
Yeah. All right, well, shout out to Martin. Old Town stand up. Salute to you, fam.
All right, coach.
Yeah, I'm not looking much into because Errol Spence is back there in the locker room with him and all that. I think that's some shit Oscar De La Hoya and them using as a smoke screen. That's what I think. And listen, until I hear Errol Spence say, yeah, man, you know, I'm fighting Vergil next and we finna do this. Until I hear him say that, yeah, I'm not looking much into that. He could just be just there just to support a motherfucker. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Chris from Philly.
Chris from Philly, talk to me.
Coach, I ain't never seen something bubble so fast and fizzle out even faster in my life. And I'm hoping it ain't always fizzled out, but Oscar he a wild dude. I was talking to my cousin last night and he just brought it to my attention. He like, you know, Vergil was all Oscar got. I mean, so all of that A-side talk, everything got to be favorable, everything like that. It's really cool for everything I go our way just in case this dude get beat bad. Because, you know, you can have your opinions about Eddie and how he moving Boots and everything like that. But one thing about Eddie is Boots is Eddie's biggest American fighter. He ain't Eddie's biggest fighter. I mean, Eddie put Joshua in there against the Usyk. I mean, even Conor Ben just got beat in his last fight, but over there, you know, where they at in London and all of that, they sell, and Eddie ain't hurting with his whole stable. If Vergil lose, Oscar is hurting for a name, because Ryan, I mean, he ain't been looking too good, and they talking about Ryan about to leave Oscar. I mean, so Oscar holding on to the last thing that he got for real, and he making that real evident. You look at Robert Garcia after the fight talking about, man, Boots was big, didn't he? I don't know if it was him or the clothes, but he swelled up. He looks big. Like, that's crazy for a trainer to be saying for real. And he was sounding shaky before the fight. Oh, I don't think Boots really. You tell me somebody. Coach, somebody show up to your house, knocking on your front door, kick the door in and say, yo, come outside right now. You think he don't want a problem with you? Like, you think, oh, he showed up.
Hey, Chris, see, that's the crazy part. Yeah, man, he just showed up at my house, dog, just be showing up. He really don't want no smoke. I'm like, fam, it don't come no more evident than the motherfucker won't smoke. When they pulling up at you at your facility, at your place of residence, and stepping in the ring, facing off with you, it don't get no more obvious than that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, and you know, the Errol talk and all of that. My thing is, Vergil, y'all just had a face off in the ring and all of that, but you talking about if it was my choice, it would be Errol next. You really is going to be your choice. And Oscar going, if y'all go away from Boots, you and Oscar going to be in agreement of it because your choice, and you know, everything is still out on Vergil because ain't nobody heard nothing from Vergil from Spence in 2 years. Yeah, I mean, Spence could have pushed for a rematch against Crawford right after the fight, but he didn't. Spence probably could have gotten a ring with a Keith Thurman, but he didn't. Yeah, I mean, because Spence probably don't know what he want to do, and he
ain't hurting for no money. Yeah, Spence ain't hurting for no money. He made $25 million his last fight, him and Crawford. Last time he fought Crawford, he made, from what I'm hearing, they made like $25-30 million. So Spence ain't hurting for no money at all. So.
And at that point where Spence is at right now, he probably ain't in no rush to get punched in his head again. He done took a lot of just like bodily damage, whether you talking about through fights or through the car crashes or whatever. Like Spence probably just trying to keep his mind right. You know what I mean? Like it don't do Spence no favors to go in there with somebody that just put somebody to sleep standing up in 2 rounds. You know what I mean? Like it ain't no benefit to Spence for that. And like you said, he ain't hurting for no money. So Spence is chilling. You know what I mean? And to me that sounds just like Clarissa calling out Layla Ali. Yeah. Like, you know what I mean? What good does that do for Vergil for real? We going Oscar, or we gonna put him in there with a name, but it's a wounded animal. Lubin is somewhat of a name, but he a wounded animal. You know what I mean? Fundora and beating. And you know, last time I called in, like I said, they wanted all these stipulations to fight Bakram. How you trying to unify an interim belt with a real belt that a real champion got? That makes no sense. It makes no sense at all.
All right, shout out to Chris and Philly. Salute, fam. Yeah. I don't see. And this is another thing too. We don't even know if Errol Spence have a trainer. Like, come on, man. You get what I'm saying? Like we see what's going on. You're not gonna piss on my leg and tell me it's raining. I don't see what I'm seeing. I know what the fuck I'm seeing, dog. I've been seeing this shit for damn near 5 years since I've been on this platform. Same shit. I get it. The goddess is right. They don't want that fight at all. That ain't gonna make that fight happen. They do not want that fight. Period. Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
What's up, Coach? Jerry, Baltimore.
Jerry, talk to me.
Gotta disagree with you 150%. The negotiations for a fight like this are very complicated. These aren't prospects. These guys, both their promoters and handlers, got a lot invested at this point. This ain't 70s, 80s, or 90s where you can take a loss and still remain popular. One of these guys take a loss at this point, it's way long road back. About Boots, if he loses, they'll say he didn't fight nobody. He was all hype. And they'll say the same thing about Vergil. If Boots had a lucrative option beyond Vergil, like Vergil possibly has with Earl Spence, then he wouldn't be talking about fighting Vergil. That's just the economics of the upper echelon of boxing. And there's no way Vergil Ortiz is afraid of Boots Ennis. Boots been offered that fight a couple times and he turned it down. Now he wants it, and that's well and good. And like he says, none of that matters now. And moving forward, it doesn't matter now. But then don't bring up what happened then, because then you are the one who you decided you wanted to fight Lima. They could have been fighting the other night. Instead of fighting Lubin, they could have been fighting each other. But he decided he wanted to fight that guy. And okay, that's all well and good. And he wants to fight now. But this fight ain't no different than any other fight. There's terms to the negotiation, and what you're hearing from Oscar and Vergil's trainer is leverage talk. I think this fight is next in the beginning of the early next year, but they're talking leverage. But the problem is with this fight, typically you know clearly who the A side is, and in this fight, neither fighter really has a lot of leverage. Boots is not that popular. Vergil's not that popular. Boots doesn't have a title, even though he's as kick-ass as he is, and neither does Vergil, and Vergil's never held a title. But the only leverage is in the last 3 or 4 fights.
Boots is a former unified champion.
I realize that, but I'm saying in this division now, he doesn't have a title. But neither does Vergil, and Vergil's never had the title. We know that. The only leverage point is in the last 3 or 4 fights, one fighter is getting praised for his opposition, which is Vergil, and he has fought better opponents, and one guy's been getting criticized, and they're just trying to play that leverage. That's all it is. It's no different than any other fight, even though these guys aren't as popular as a Tank Davis or Bud Crawford or Canelo. They're still negotiating, and that I think, but it's making people nervous, myself included, because it sounds like duck talk a little bit, yeah, but I don't think it is. I think it's you got to realize we're going to get a little bit more than what you're going to get. That's what I think. And when it comes to Errol Spence, lastly, I don't think Spence was at that fight just because he's a fellow Texan. Vergil Ortiz been talking about fighting Errol Spence for 3 years now. The Texans, there's almost 40 million people in Texas. That's a big fight there. It's bigger than the Boots fight, really, even though it's not. Many of us don't deem it to be as competitive, and I don't myself. I think Spence is washed. But from a monetary perspective, that's what it is, all right?
All right. Yep, I totally disagree with that. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Martin from Oakland.
Martin, 2 times.
Yeah, Coach. Another thing, Jerry Jones was at the fight. He was in Vergil's locker room talking to him. So I think maybe they're trying to put together the Boots fight, but do it in Jerry's world, which would do big numbers. And even if it doesn't, you know what I mean? It'll do cool with Spence just because you still got diehard fans. Now, one thing that I didn't find out till recently, and I don't know if you know about this, but Xander Zaya is fighting the end of January against that German WBA champ. They're fighting the unification. So that kills that option for Boots. And then Josh Kelly and Bakram, their negotiations are stalling. So maybe that's an option for Boots if Vergil keep playing games. I don't know, but so. He's kind of running out of options if Vergil decides to go this route. Like I said, it's a sucker move, but these motherfuckers move how they want to move, Coach. Can't do shit about it. It's either play ball or get left out, I guess. But hopefully Turkey, jump in the mix, drops the checkbook and makes it happen. But it just sucks that the whole division is basically moving on without these fools. To where, you know what I mean? 1 minute, like one of your callers said, never seen a fight fizzle out that fucking fast. Because I'm like, what the fuck is this fool talking about? I thought I was tripping. I thought somebody had asked Vergil, about the greatness of the Errol Spence, this and that. And I'm like, but then I seen the replay and it's like, motherfucker, you brought him up. You basically, campaigning for that fight. And I'm like, didn't you just say you wanted to fight Boots? So that tripped me the fuck out. That's what makes me think that was the play all along. They were on some sucker shit, just using, Boots' name, to make it look like we for real. He's the one playing games. And, we're just going to do whatever we can when it's really them basically taking the ball and going home, Coach.
All right, shout out to Martin. Salute, fam.
Bullshit.
Yeah, see, This what I hear.
We must internalize the flatulation of the matter by transmitting the effervescence of the Indonesian proximity in order to further segregate, to preclude on the issue of world domination would only circumvent circumcise the revelation that reflects the aphrodisiac symptoms which now perpetrates the Jericho's activation.
Yeah, but that like that's what I'm hearing. I'm like, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Cause see, one thing about me, my mind made up. I see this shit the way I see this shit. I'm going off of what Vergil Ortiz saying. I'm going off what Oscar De La Hoya is saying, what Robert Garcia is saying, and I'm going off of what Vergil Ortiz's manager is saying. Based on the information that I've gathered from what they're saying, it is what it is. Talk till your lips fall off, dog. The shit ain't working. I'm not convinced.
You wanna argue? I can't argue with you. You mad. Look at you. You mad. I don't get paid to argue with you. Who is you? You ain't nobody.
Caller, what's your name? You calling from?
Hey, it's Curtis.
Curtis from Long Beach. Talk to me 2 times.
Hey, this whole Boots and Vergil situation is just like, everybody's, bringing up turkey. I heard Martin bring up turkey, like, oh, they went to this big turkey bag. I don't think it got nothing to do with turkey. You know what I'm saying? Like, this problem was going on before turkey. Like, dudes wasn't fighting each other before turkey came along. Even when he was offering big money, dudes done turned down that big money to not fight each other still. You know what I mean? So I don't think turkey is a remedy to everything. Like, even if turkey offered a big bag, if these dudes don't want to fight each other, they're not going to fight each other.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's been proven before. You know what I'm saying? So it's just, what I see is the guys that want to fight guys and that go and call guys out, fans shit on those dudes and say they're capping and doing this and doing that. Like, I think Shakur will fight, a lot of these dudes. I think Dev will fight a lot of these dudes. He's proving it now. A lot of people not picking him to go in there and do anything with Brian Norman. They think as soon as Brian Norman land one, Devin's going to go out. But Devin does sign an agreement to fight him. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's dudes that will fight other fighters. And I just think there's a ton of guys that lack that competitiveness that we've seen back in the day from dudes like James Toney and Roy Jones, where if you was another name and motherfuckers were saying you was good, I want to beat you. You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see if I can beat you. And the last few fights that we seen get made was dudes saying, I want to see if I can beat this motherfucker, like Spence said. Dudes saying that Crawford the best and this and that. I want to see for myself, right? Even when motherfuckers were saying, don't get in there. The same thing with Crawford and Canelo. Crawford said, I want to see if I'm the best. Bill Haney told me I can beat this motherfucker. I'm going to jump in there and do it. Like, these dudes just don't have a competitive nature. Virgil not talking like he want to be the best or, see if he can beat Boots or beat any of his contemporaries. He's just saying this is my dream fight with Spence, a motherfucker that ain't fought. And Golden Boy has a track record of protecting their fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like, even when Floyd Schofield signed to fight Shakur, Oscar was very vocal. You a prospect. You ain't fucking with him. He gonna spank you, Shakur. You want to fight a prospect, this and that. Oscar didn't want that fight. You know what I'm saying? But he made it because the fighter wanted it. If Virgil wanted it, Oscar would make it because Virgil wants it. But Oscar don't want it, and Virgil ain't asking for it, so he ain't gonna make it. Like, that's, the clear understanding that I got from Virgil and Oscar's comment.
Well, yeah, so, I mean, yeah, you just so basically they ducking. That's it. You say, I summarize all that. They just ducking them right now. They don't want to fight them. So that's it. But shout out to Curtis from Long Beach, man. Salute, fam. Yeah, that's it. That's it. He ducking. That's it. I mean, that's fine. That's fine. We gonna summarize it. Let's summarize it. They ducking. That's all it is. Now let's see what I see Timothy Bradley. I see Timothy Bradley over here. Let's see what Timothy Bradley talk about. Yeah, I ain't got but a GED. You know what I mean? I'm just saying, but I got a master's degree in common sense. Carter, what's your name? You called from?
It's Noah from South Florida.
What's your name? What's your name, Miss Phil? Melvin?
No, Noah. Like Perry Noah, N-O-I-D.
Oh, N-O-I-D. Okay. Shout out to Noah, man, from South Florida.
Yeah.
Talk to me.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie, man. It seems like a lot of finessing going on, and like you take a step back and just look at how Fundora Real Deal jumped on the map. Like, salute to him because he was able to do his thing against Tim Tszyu. But if you Real Deal look at after that fight, how they got Spence to jump into the ring, get that face off, I think that did great for Fundora's career. Like, moving forward, like everybody just tied those two names together, to be honest. So every time you think about Fundora in the back of your mind, you're thinking about Spence. When is that fight going to come? When that fight going to happen?
Yeah.
And low key, I feel like them pulling up Boots, and because Boots has been saying he's going to pull up, and they was using that for all type of motivation, trying to get everybody to come, y'all come and see if Boots going to pull up for real. The fact that Boots come, get in the ring, and they do all that, and then for folks to be on some like, man, we want 10 million, or we the A side, like they throwing all this other stuff. But even in the ring, you hear Ortiz is like, man, your daddy started all this, and Boots is like, bruh, we ain't even trying to do all that. Like you said, the time is now, let's get to it.
Yeah.
But low key, I just feel like they Real Deal trying to boost up Vergil Ortiz's name, even though he's never been a champ. Salute to him because, he's a heck of a fighter. I personally feel like that board check was a low key a loss to me. But whatever the case may be, they had to keep that name going. So, shout out to him. But if this fight don't happen next, man, anybody else that he fight, like, it's dead, bro.
Well, they're saying that he may, I'm hearing something about maybe Fundora next because Vergil Ortiz is the WBC interim champion, interim title holder, because he's not a champ. He never been a champion before. So if the WBC, see, these are the games that they play. Like everybody in cahoots. I don't know how long Vergil has been the interim champion, the interim title holder, but now Oscar can say, "Hey, look, I need you to do me a solid, mandate this fight because we think Vergil is ready to take on Fundora or whatever the case may be." So so what they're saying is Vergil.
And it make you think like, okay, I understand the boy got an injury before that Thurman fight, but now it's starting to like cook up in the way that you're trying to put it together. Like that makes a lot of sense. You feel me?
Yeah, see,
like they can push this thing and get like some Cinco de Mayo going crazy.
Yeah, see, every fighter, they pick and choose when they want to talk about, well, yeah, man, we're gonna build the fight up and promote it and do this and do that, and this guy has to do more and all that stuff there. It only happened. You only hear talk like that when it comes to fighters that's a high risk. When it's a fighter that's a risk, they come with all kind of different stipulations and saying you ain't did A, B, C, and D. We didn't hear Oscar say any of these things with Erickson Lubin.
Nothing, fam. And I honestly, I don't even feel like Boots have a problem going down to Texas and turning up on him because he need to get his name out there more anyway.
He got to take a risk.
I wouldn't mind taking a trip.
He got to take a risk, yeah.
I don't think he mind, brother, for real. But I appreciate you taking the call, fam.
All right, shout out to Noah, man. Salute, fam. Yeah, South Florida, stand up. So when it's a risky fight, that's how they start talking. So just say that. Say, look here, man. It's a risky fight right here, dog. Know what I mean? Like, this dude ain't fought nobody, but goddamn stylistically, we don't like this motherfucker style, boy. This might be the style that might, expose our investment, so we don't want that to happen. So that's what it is. It's fine. Call him, what's your name? You call it from?
What's good? I'm calling from Cali. I'm originally from Philly, though. My name is Luis.
Luis from Philly, talk to me.
Yeah, man. So this is crazy, nasty work by Oscar De La Hoya and that team, obviously. But I'm just gonna basically get down to the point. So if Boots does not get an offer for February, March, like in the next, I would say, in the next 30 to 40 days, he should be looking to fight somebody else around that time, February, March. So then he can get a title shot against Xander Zayas in June in Madison Square Garden. If these guys are going to duck, let them duck. We already know who the duck is because this guy showed up. He said what he had to say. He walked to walk, and they don't want the fight. That's just plain and simple. They don't want it. You know what Robert Garcia want? He want revenge for what happened to Mikey Garcia versus Errol Spence. That's what Robert Garcia wants. You know what I'm saying? That's his dream fight. That's his dream fight. Boots need to stay focused on his task, become a champion, and that's pretty much my call. Salute, champ.
All right, shout out to Lewis, man. Philly, stand up. Yeah, I'm over here looking at. Yeah, I think that's obviously what that fight, and it is what it is. Goddess, you was right. Let's see what Tim Bradley talk about.
I'm gonna say, if I was Ortiz, what I would do. Oh yeah, I'd do exactly what he's doing. I would make Boots earn it. I would say, why don't you go fight the Majamovs of the world? Go fight Majamov. Go fight Boachuk. You know what I'm saying? Come back, get your resume up, my guy. Yeah, cause I'm the big fish here.
Hold on, wait a minute. Hold on, bro. We must internalize. Boy, that with the protection program. God damn.
And I'm running this division, right? And then you come see me when you got something.
How a dude running in the division that don't have a belt, never been a champion before, and it's not a draw? How you running a division when you never been a champion before and you're not a draw? Somebody explain it. Now again, I don't have but a GED. But I have a master's degree in common sense. Somebody explain this to me. How a guy who was not known, can't sell out where he stay at, not a draw, never been a champion before in his life, but he is the man of the division. Based on what? But that sound like goddamn it, Tim Bradley reading the script from Oscar De La Hoya. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
What's up, Coach? It's Derek from Florida.
Derek, talk to me.
Yeah, Coach. Now, they don't want that fight, man. You should have seen the face of Robert Garcia. He looked scared as hell when they asked him questions. Like, he kept going around in circles and shit. Come out Boots or maybe Spence. But nah, Coach, I can see it now. But I thought Vergil did want to fight Boots, but I think it's Austin telling him, try to go a different route. I think Ortiz will take the fight, Coach. I mean, I know what he said about Spence, though, but I think he'll still fight Boots. This is that Austin don't want that fight. I think on Vergil, he got that dog in him. He willing to go out his shield. So I could see it. But I think Austin don't want that fight. And they were talking about Fedora. I don't think Austin will put in Fedora either, Coach. Fedora is a dangerous fighter. I think he'll beat Ortiz because of his size and the range. Ortiz never fought nobody that tall. So that Fedora shit, that's bullcrap. They ain't gonna fight Fedora either. I promise you that. I put money they ain't gonna fight Fedora. But yeah, let's go. That's my call.
All right, salute, Derek. Bro, I'm just saying. How like explain this to me. There's really the biggest names at 154 is what? Vergil Ortiz, Sebastian Fedora, maybe Boots' name is there now. Bakram ain't no big name, but he a champion. Santa Zayas ain't no big name, but he a champion, right? Hold on. Man, I got calls calling in left and right. Caller, hold on. Ain't nobody popping at 154. Ain't none of y'all big at 154. Vergil Ortiz ain't big. Boots ain't big. Bakram ain't big. Fedora ain't big. Xander Zayas ain't big. Ain't none of you dudes big at 154. Let's just get that out the way. None of you. That's one. You have to become big by fighting each other. We know what going to board does. Vergil Ortiz is on the going to board. Is on the going to board winning protection program. He's on the going to board diet. I get that, but he ain't big. I can promise you that. Ain't nobody throwing no fight parties for this dude. He ain't big at all. Boots got a little name, but he ain't big. Bakram, that speak for itself. Xander Zayas, ain't none of you niggas big. That's the goddamn problem. Caller, what's your name? Where you calling from?
Rick calling from Dallas.
Rick from Dallas, talk to me.
I'm thinking the reason why Ortiz is looking for the Spence fight over a Boots fight is more of a money grab first. Because, I mean, like you said before, Boots is known, I guess, more boxing circles, but he's not like he's a pay-per-view star or nothing like that. But if he would fight Spence here in Texas, you're talking about AT&T, Jerry World, then he can make money. And then, cause I don't think that it's more Ortiz is quote unquote scared to fight him, but I do think his team, like Garcia and them, and especially Dela Hoya, I think they see a problem with Boots style versus Ortiz, and so they're like, let's make as much money as possible off of a Spence fight because, like Andre Ward said, only in boxing can if he would lose to Boots, then he's not going to make the money that like he's fought Fedora or Charlo or whatever. He's not going to make that same amount of money. So I think he's trying to do more of a money grab first, try to get the most money he can, which would be a Spence fight. And then after that, then he might be interested in a Fedora or Charlo or a Boots fight. But
okay,
his team definitely is looking for the money grab, and just to a degree, you definitely hear Ortiz too, because I mean the thing is, I didn't like the fact that he told Boots coming to the ring, and then afterwards he was like, well, my dream fight is the Spence fight, but it's like, dude, Spence hasn't fought since he got beat up by by Bud, and over almost 2 years ago. So he really won't get credit, but he'll get money. He'll get the money part.
So, okay, so let's go down this rabbit hole because everybody keep talking about Spence. Okay, cool. Let's talk about Spence. How much money is Errol Spence going to want to fight Vergil Ortiz? He made $25 million his last fight fighting doggone Terence Crawford. How much money is Oscar De La Hoya and the Golden Boys willing to pay Spence to come back?
Depending on where it's happening. If they have it at AT&T, then I'm pretty sure they can get $20 million because, I mean, you know, just from the dynamic, black person versus Hispanic, Mexican boxer, that's always going to be a big draw.
What are $20 million coming from?
Probably they may try to sell it on maybe the Zone or now I would say Netflix, but
it got to be the Zone because Vergil Ortiz can only fight on the Zone platform. So where that's going to come from? When have you ever known Oscar De La Hoya to pay anybody $20 million?
Oh no, he wouldn't want to, but I mean, I think that's the money fight that he would have. Because I mean, he knows he's not. De La Hoya is not dumb. You know, he's not gonna make no money off him fighting Pandora. He really wouldn't make no money fighting Charlo. He wouldn't make no money fighting Charlo in Houston, let alone if he fought him in Dallas or Fort Worth. But if he fought Spence, because what they would do is they would market it as the comeback fight for Spence. It really wouldn't be too much going on.
I get all the marketing. I get all of that. Okay, so they talking about they want to fight Errol Spence. Okay, well, how much does Errol Spence want to come back?
I mean, at this point, I would say he probably want 15, 20 million because I mean, this is a fight that it'd probably be more intriguing because this is a fight that people could possibly
to summarize this entire conversation, this is the issue. If you want Spence to come back, y'all saying everything. Yeah, we want to fight Spence next, but what you're not saying is how much it's going to cost in order to get Spence back in the ring. You ain't got the money.
I'm saying,
hear me out. Golden Boy ain't got the money to pay that man whatever he may want. That's one. Two, who is saying that Spence is going to come back and fight Vergil Ortiz? That's coming from one end. That's coming from Golden Boy. That's coming from Vergil Ortiz and stuff like that. Nobody heard anything from Spence. Spence ain't hurting for no money. Spence could have been came back and fought.
You're right about
whatever.
That.
So nobody heard anything from Spence. So people assuming that, yeah, that's the fight that's going to happen because Spence was at the fight. Then he was in Vergil Ortiz's locker room and dapping him up and all that stuff there. So we already know that's in negotiations in the works. Based on what? Based on what we saw him there. So people just jumping to the conclusion and assuming every goddamn thing. But guess what? Errol Spence ain't saying a goddamn thing. We ain't heard nothing from Spence. So my point is, until we hear something from Spence, we can't take nothing that Oscar De La Hoya says because Oscar De La Hoya is a liar. We can't take nothing that Vergil Ortiz says because Vergil Ortiz is just going to do whatever his team tell him to do. We can't assume anything. I believe what Errol Spence say out of his mouth because Spence is known.
True.
You know what I mean? So other than that, that's it. It just, all this other stuff is, you know, like where the money going to come from? How you going to pay him? So, you know, so it is what it is. But shout out to you, fam. Thank you for calling, bro. Rick from Dallas. Did you get what I'm saying? Errol Spence was supposed to come back and fight Sebastian Fundora inside of the ring. And that's a PBC on PBC fight. Two fighters from the PBC, same side of the street. They didn't even fight each other. So come on, fam. That's why I'm looking at everybody crazy. Where he gonna get the money from? Well, Turk out of shit gonna pay for it. Okay, who said? Hold on, caller, hold on. Like y'all must know some information that I don't know. That's what I'm saying. Everybody must know something that I don't know. Like all this shit is based on Oscar De La Hoya, what he said out of his mouth, what Vergil Ortiz said out of his mouth, and based on what Vergil Ortiz's manager said out of his mouth. We ain't heard one word from Spence. We ain't heard nothing from Al. We ain't heard nothing from nobody from the PBC. Like, where this nigga gonna get this money from? Ain't but one person got the money. And if the one person that got the money can pay for the fight, why would Errol Spence deal with Oscar De La Hoya? He could just deal directly with Turk Al-Sheikh. Look here, man. Sheik, man. What's going on, man? My name Errol Spence. I'm the big fish. Look here, man. I want Vergil Ortiz one fight. I want $20 million or $15 million or whatever to fight him. And then you work it out with him, and then we can make that fight happen. Why would Errol Spence deal with Oscar De La Hoya? One, you ain't got the money to pay me what I want if I were to come back. That's one. And two, if whoever the financier is, I could just deal directly with them. So, you know, I'm not buying it. Caller, what's your name? You call it from?
Yo, what up, Coach Yamas, man? Y'all from Brooklyn. What's good, baby?
Man, my brother, man. Yamas, what's up, fam? Brooklyn's in the house.
Yo, Coach, I'm totally on. Yo, you made a great point just now, man. Like, when we get all these boxing shows and all that, people calling in with these different scenarios, where's the money coming from, man? Like, I don't see Turkey LC putting up $20 million for these cats, man. Like Ortiz is no more by the boxing community. Boxing is at a point where you got to get the casual fan to generate that revenue, and he just ain't. The casual fan don't really know much about him. But Boots is in my opinion, he's in a bad spot because he needs a name.
Yeah.
That fight is not going to pay him what he wants to take the risk. So, and then at the other side is dealing with two different promotional companies. So he's gonna have a hard time making this fight, in my opinion, man. As far as the Spence shit goes, I don't see Spence coming back to fighting for a few $1 million. I just don't see that. You know what I mean? So I don't know where Boots goes from here, but he needs something on his resume, man.
Yeah.
Something.
Yeah, I agree.
You know what I mean?
I
Coach,
agree.
what do you think?
I totally agree. Boots is going to have to fight Bakram. He's going to have to fight the other top name guys. Vergil Ortiz is not going to fight him. I think that's obvious. That's too much of a high risk fight for them. They're going to look for some easier options. So yeah. Now if Vergil Ortiz fight Fedor, that's not an easy option. That's a tough fight. Fedor, that's a tough fight. That's going to be a tough fight for him. So if that fight happened, that'd be great. I'm not even mad about that. I wouldn't mind seeing Vergil Ortiz and Fedor fight each other. That'd be a great fight, actually. So, Boots is going to probably have to cut him off at the path. Like, okay, look, let me see, can I get Fedor in the ring, or let me see, can I get Bakram? Like, he's going to have to do that. He's not, because like for me, it make no sense now to chase a guy who's never accomplished nothing in boxing in Vergil Ortiz. He's more hyped by his promoter than anything. And then Boots, he doesn't have any names on his resume. He got 30-some fights, 72 knockouts, and don't nobody know who the hell he knocked out. So he's in that position as well. So right now he's going to have to fight the top name guys in the division. He got to try to get Xander in there. He got to try to get Bakram in there. That's just what it is, or get Fedor in there. That's what he's going to have to do. Because he can forget the Vergil Ortiz fight. They don't want no parts of him. I think that's obvious.
Yo, for a number of reasons on both sides, man.
Yes, on both sides.
You gotta acknowledge.
It's on both sides. No, it's on both sides. It's on both sides.
People gotta acknowledge that, like, yo, the game has changed, man. We got YouTubers get 100 million. Like the fans, the money, and I always talk about this, Coach, the streaming. Like,
the streaming.
The money is not available. Without a Turkey LC, you're not gonna be able to make money the way you made in the past, man. Yeah. People not buying these pay-per-views, and I don't blame them because I ain't buying them either, man. And I watch everything, man. And it's like, I like Turkey LC, me personally, because we wouldn't be able to see a lot of these matches without him. And I respect the fact that he ain't gonna pay for no tune-up. I got a lot of respect. Nah, man, you want to come here and make all this money, you gonna have to fight and take a risk and you're gonna have to risk your zero, man. Yo, Coach, that's what I got, man. It's good to hear from you, man.
Hey, man, shout out to Yamas, man, my brother, man. Yes, sir, man. Yamas in the house. Hold on. Yeah, man. Hold on. I had somebody who been calling, man. Hold on. He called my dog.
Hello?
Hey, Gray, what's up, man? This our boy, Coach Malachi, man. I saw you been calling the show, man. We live, baby. What's happening?
I was calling, man. It seems like I can't get through, you know?
I got 1,000 people. I got 1,000 people on this phone, man, calling the show, man. I had 1,000 people call.
Yeah, sometimes I call and they, you know, automatically, you know, goes like I did something wrong. And
nah, you good. Nah, you good. What's happening?
Ain't nothing. I was just calling, you know, I was say something and that's about it, both tank and shit, you know.
Hey, man.
That was about it, you know.
Hey, Debo Dev in 5.
Man, come on, man. You crazy. That
Debo Dev in 5.
That Debo Dev shit just making this, striking him out, just making him strong. That's all that shit is. You know what I'm saying? That shit ain't gonna work. You know what I'm saying? No sooner get in there, he gonna lose all his goddamn nerves. That shit gonna come back on him. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling you, man. That shit, all that old, yeah, you feeling good now, you know. Showing you know, barbecue tapes and shit and all that, and everybody in your head telling you, yeah, hollering around the ring and all that.
Debo.
Yeah, but when you get in there, boy.
Debo. Debo.
Yeah, Debo and all that shit. You know what I'm saying? Brian is over there just being cool as shit on the other side of the table. You know what I'm saying? At the press conference, you know, and he telling me, well, there you go, you ain't on my level shit again.
There's levels. There's levels to this.
You got levels. I said, man, this nigga got nervous and shit like that out his mouth. He shouldn't even want to use them words no more. Ain't them the same word you use about Ryan? You ain't brag about that? God damn, boy. What's wrong with you?
Hey.
This is breaking and making here. You got to win this motherfucker here.
Hey, great, you know? Great. Check this out. Hey, listen to this. Listen to this. Because Brian Norman said something. Listen to what Brian Norman said to Devin Haney. Listen to Devin Haney.
Listen, you violate, I'm going to have to demonstrate. You violate, I'm going to demonstrate.
Well, stop trying to let
go. You violate, I'm going to demonstrate. Brother. You violate, I'm going to demonstrate.
I want y'all to play them tapes back.
You already know what I say. You violate and I demonstrate.
You trying to steal Floyd whole flow. Real quick, brother. You can't sit here and try to take everything that man did and just run it. Run your own play, brother.
He tried to take what he tried to.
So hard. You really offend. I'm not on no nigga.
Get your own stuff, man. Get your own style. Get your own look. You know what I'm saying? You ain't got your own swag.
Brian Norman say Devin Haney trying to sound like Floyd. He taking Floyd's style and swag. And he trying to.
Everybody tell that nigga the same shit, man. He got to get all that damn shit, man.
You violate up and demonstrate.
You better stop trying to sign that broad blueprint shit, man. Everybody be saying that shit about him. You know, and that motherfucker Bill, he on the outside of the road. He over there just a friend looking nervous and shit. You know what I'm saying?
Debo.
You know, and there you go. He's hand too. Boy, they got to win this one, don't they, coach?
Hey, look here. Debo Dev is coming, man. Debo Dev in 5. Bet the house on it.
Yeah, I know. I be seeing you saying that you going with Dev. You know, everybody going with Dev because they think that old. There you go with that footwork shit. You know what I'm saying? Again.
No. I got Brian Norman by knockout. I'm just bullshitting with Debo Dev in 5.
Yo, I'm gonna tell you something. You know damn well he ain't gonna get in the middle with that boy. I don't know why he was talking like that. You know what I mean? He gonna stand up with him, man.
Debo Dev in 5.
He just like Ryan Garcia. When they get a little touch of that power, them motherfuckers get the worm because they know they got glass chins, man. They know. You think them writers don't know they got glass chins, though, coach? Huh? Man, come on. You know they got glass chin, man. They can't stand that shit, man.
Hey, the chin,
man, that boy gonna knock his motherfucking ass out.
The chin don't got stronger at 147. The chin don't got stronger.
Yeah, that's what he's trying to psych himself out. You know the best thing for him to do? The best thing for him to do, he need to take some motherfucking acid or something. He feel no pain, and he really be psyched to fuck all the way out. You know what I'm saying? Tell him going to get something that 1967 acid. Someone find somewhere. Tell Bill, you know where to get it from. Get that nigga a little piece. That'll keep his ass standing up on his feet. That'll keep him standing up on his feet. You know what I'm saying? But that boy, That's what, sometimes I don't know what, I'm getting a little sympathy for this boy, man. But then when I have a little sympathy for the boy, that's only when he be by himself and he be looking so innocent and talking so sad.
Yeah.
But no soon that motherfucker get around his father, there he go with that shit, And he, his father was, man. I mean, y'all say he brought him all the way, probably on the business side of it. But he need to get the fuck out and step back for a minute, man, with the boxing part. And let that man just think and do something. See, he need to do something for himself on his own, like he feel like he did. And that'll give him all the confidence and bring everything up all of them. Go playing behind your daddy, man. You do that shit with everybody, man. Even with the damn them guards you had, man. I was looking at that tape. Man, that nigga stepped up to Brian Norman, and Brian Norman like kind of pushed him against something. Then he jumped back behind the damn guard, and the guard grabbed Brian Norman, trying to pull his shirt over his head, but I think Brian Norman got a left hand or something on it. Yeah. And man, put that nigga down on the floor with that one hand. You see?
Yes.
And then you see,
yes,
that nigga was shaking and everything, man, going down. I said, look at that shit here. This big soft ass nigga, man. Oh my gracious. It don't make no sense. But man, I want to see this fight so bad though. You know what I mean? I want to see this fight, man.
Hey.
I can't wait to see this motherfucker fight though, Coach. No bullshit, man. Because you know what? He gonna get his ass whipped again, man. He gonna be fine. That nigga gonna be running, man. What he gonna do with Brian? Brian Norman gonna say, man, I don't give a fuck about you hitting me, nigga. I'm coming after your ass. You know what I mean? And that kind of shit. That kind of shit kind of is a world motherfucker. What he gonna do? Just keep on trying to throw punches and shit. Man, a nigga like him, all he gotta do is hit him a couple times, he gonna be gone. That dude gonna be gone. No bullshit, he gonna be gone. I don't care. Oh, Dad got a lot of heart. He got a lot of heart. Okay, he got a lot of heart. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes you gotta have some nuts too, motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? That's two different things. Hard nuts. But I don't know what they're gonna do. When is that? The 22nd this month?
Yes, sir. It's the 22nd. It's the 22nd of this month. Debo Dale in 5. He gonna knock Brian Norman out, Gray?
Shit, ain't nowhere in the fuck. Brian Norman ain't thinking about that nigga. He ain't got to be set there and be all that fake confident shit and all that old shit. You know what I'm saying? That damn get that's studying this shit, you know what I'm saying? And going on and everything. Everybody talking about how much they like him and all that shit. He like going after people.
Hey, turn the TV down. Turn the TV down in the back.
Oh, let me turn this motherfucker down.
He said, all this stuttering, all this stuff. Debo Dale, hold on. He go Debo right here. He go Debo. They saying he copying Floyd's style.
Demonstrate.
I'm a demonstrate. Stop trying to let Floyd, but you trying to steal quotes and stuff.
Hey, no, I'm listening to it right now. He said if you violate, I'm gonna demonstrate. Then they showed a video of Floyd Mayweather saying that years ago. If they violate, I'm gonna demonstrate. So he took that from Floyd, and then he got mad at Brian Norman because Brian Norman called him out on it. He said, "Stop trying to steal Floyd's style."
That motherfucker get mad at that. Didn't you see him get mad when Brian Norman said that shit?
Yeah, I saw it.
Huh? No, did you see the question of the face change or whatever?
I saw it.
Yeah. Okay, then. Yeah, all that shit, but man, everybody can, man, you know, when a nigga going in there, when you done got some struggles and shit before, like at school and shit and all that shit, maybe coming out of the club or something and all that. You know how big old niggas come talking that shit to you? You say, oh shit, man, I don't know what the fuck I do. You get to trim a little bit, you say, fuck it, I'm going at it, and just roll the fuck on and, just get all. You a motherfucker. Just do that one here. Man, fuck you big thinking motherfucker. You just go at it. You know what I mean? You can't be bullshitting, man. You know what I mean? You can't, because everybody's going to be after this boy, man. They already have a motherfucker already. I already have a dead, so, all that, they'll fight anybody, all that. They still trying to make it sound like that. Nah, that nigga ain't gonna fight no any motherfucking body. Nigga, he just scored, motherfucker. He already went up to the 140 pounds. You know what you were doing. You know what I'm saying? All these many years, we gonna fight. We gonna fight. Both y'all damn near like any motherfucking way. You know what I mean? With that bullshit, you know? Always, you know what I'm saying? Ducking somebody and keep. Y'all niggas got a lot of bullshit with them, man. Him and that Bill Haney shit, man. That nigga ain't supposed to even have that fight with Camboza, as far as I'm concerned. He's talking about Camboza. Who the fuck can be Camboza at? Yeah, he went out the motherfucking country, way down and under. You know what they call Australia, down under or some shit. You know what I mean? Yeah, he went over there by himself and all this. Oh, what the fuck? You could have sent Coach over that motherfucker. Coach would have whipped that nigga ass. Some damn Camboza. You know what I mean? Anybody, they keep on. He really crucified Regis. Man, get the fuck out of here, man. That's the shit I don't like. Who the fuck couldn't be Regis?
You know, they say Debo Dev gonna do the Brian Norman Jr. what he did the Regis program. They say he gonna beat him the same way. That's what his fans say. Debo Dev in 5.
Yeah, okay, man. That weak ass knockdown, man. When when Regis getting knocked down or anything like that, man, you can tell you can drain everything out that man. You're a slick bitch. You know what I mean? You know, you like everybody, all teeny, short motherfuckers and weight drain and all that. You like all that shit.
Yeah, he like to fight all the little short niggas. He want to fight the short niggas. He don't want to fight nobody tall that got long. He want to fight the little short niggas. How great?
Yeah, do it. You know, he been begging for them kids all his life. I mean, and just think about it. You know what I mean? When he started fighting them up, you see what Ryan did to him? A nigga his size, maybe a little bigger than him, and all that shit. You still run around hollering, "Oh, a nigga cheating on me." Every program, I gotta hear this same shit. A nigga cheating on me. He don't even say PEDs no more. He just said, "Nigga cheating on me." Man, I don't know why them motherfuckers. I don't know why they don't never say, "Well, they're okay," But the little bit of shit he took. You think that was effective enough, you know what I'm saying, for you not to do what you got to do? Yeah. You're supposed to do what you're supposed to do, nigga. You know what I mean? That shit that Ryan had in him, they ain't do nothing. That might have made him feel like a motherfucker get some alcohol in him and make him feel like Superman or something. That he can whip the world or some shit. You know what I mean? But they wind up getting knocked out at the end, them drunk motherfuckers. You know what I mean? Yeah. Why didn't you do that? Shit.
Hey, great. Hey, great. Yeah. Hey, Debo Dev. See, Bill Haney said that Devin Haney, Debo Dev was going to put on a masterful performance, and I was thinking, I say, in order for he might agree. In order for Debo Dev to put on a masterful performance, one must become a master. And in order for Debo Dev to become a master, he had to be taught by a master teacher. Bill Haney is the master teacher. Debo Dev is the master, and he gonna put on a masterful performance against Brian Norman. What say you about that?
Well, I think both of them motherfuckers still, what's their name? The Dream? I think they still dreaming. You know what I mean? There's no bullshit about that. Man, they got to be. You know what I mean? They really got to be, man. Master performer. Okay, man. Yeah, I want to see this performance. There's no bullshit about that. I definitely want to see that. I can't wait to see this fight, man.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, I can't wait. It can't get here fast enough.
What are you gonna do, man? When you lose this motherfucker one, you're not gonna be fighting all that, and that motherfucker 47 is stagnated.
Yeah.
What are you gonna do?
I don't know. The football. Listen. So I'm gonna tell you what he gonna do. Debo Devin Haney.
That grab all shit, man. Go ahead.
Listen, he trained with Mike McCallum a little bit, right? He trained with Zab and Yoel Judah. He trained with Floyd Mayweather Sr. and Money Mayweather, and he trained with Sugar Shane Mosley. Now, this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking Debo Dev gonna mix all of those styles together. Yeah.
Man, look, this ain't a motherfucking baking show. You know what I'm saying? Come on, mixing everything together. Jab, Judah, all this motherfucking shit. Jab, you know what I'm saying? Jab. What the fuck? Jab got glass chin in his motherfucker said. Niggas just won't say it. The fuck he done with some jab, dude? Man, Jab got a motherfucking, he's chinny too. What the hell is this on jab juice? Man, jab is hit hard as a motherfucker. That's all. Jab hit hard as shit. That's all. I mean, I like the jab. I did like it. You know what I mean? Sean Bateman. All them niggas wasn't shit though at the end of it though. Yeah. All of them was.
Yeah.
But they don't mind tell the truth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Them, I mean, come on, man. No sooner they get tapped, man, with one of them right hands or somebody. They done lost all sense of where the fuck they at and everything, man. And then they want to get crazy when they wake back up. Man, go ahead, come with that jab, dude. What the fuck? And that motherfucking Mosley, I don't know, man. I don't know. Mosley, I like he went around looking like and talking like he lost his mind a little bit. He don't even look like Mosley to me. I ain't telling no lie, man. He don't look like the same dude and shit. You know what I mean?
What about Floyd Mayweather? What about Floyd? Pretty boy, Money Mayweather. They say Debo Dev is the next Floyd Mayweather. So you don't see any resemblance between Debo Devin Haney and Floyd. You don't see no resemblance.
I don't know who the fuck I told him that motherfucker. Like, he'll never be a Floyd. He'll never be a motherfucking Floyd. You know what I'm saying? That nigga, he don't believe in himself there. He wants to, but he got to really believe, man, and get on that pit on it, man. He got to believe that shit, man. And his father ain't doing no man believe that shit. He got to be on his own to do all that shit, man. His daddy been beside his side all his life, man, and always straighten up everything for him and all that kind of shit, man. He just don't know how to do shit. You know what I mean? I mean, Bill probably tell that man how to fuck them bitches up. You know what I mean? He's supposed to be a fake pimp or something. I don't know.
Hey, it's great. This is the only thing I'm worried about. Debo Devin Haney, he has a lawsuit going against his baby mama. His baby mama been trying to extort him out of money. So what Debo Dev did, he filed the lawsuit against her. They have a pending lawsuit. It appears that he had women problems, whole problems right now. Do you think that that's going to get in the way of his performance against Brian Norman?
Well, he should, the only way I can see that getting in the way, you know what I'm saying, is that he just really love this bitch. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. He really love her, because if he ain't give a fuck about her or anything like that, man, all that shit would be stepped aside until after that fight. You know what I mean? And then he go back and sue that bitch out of her skin. You know what I mean? Not for that money. Yeah, man, come on, you ain't gonna extort me, bitch. Yeah. You don't set me up and all that kind of shit and everything, you know what I mean? Or whatever. Oh, hell no. But you know what? I would take that shit all the way if she's trying to extort me and give me some kind of charge and get me locked up and all that kind of shit.
No, she ain't trying to get him locked up. She trying to, he said she trying to get the paper out of him. He got the baby from her, and she was an escort, so she got a certain lifestyle she used to live in. And he's suing her for all the gifts that he gave her. He bought her a car. Yeah. He gave her diamonds and stuff. He trying to get all that back. He's suing her for the gifts. He said he want everything he gave her.
No. See, let me tell you something. Now, for nothing to get in this motherfucking boxing career in a way or anything like that. Now, if that was just it, she, all that. Okay, you gave this bitch some gifts and all that kind of shit. Yeah. You know what I mean? If you just can get your baby when you wanna see your baby, all that kind of shit, and this bro's not gonna bother you, you know what I mean, or whatever, man, just leave that shit alone. You got the gifts, okay, boom. I was a sucker, bitch. Okay, go ahead. I paid for my learning. You know what I'm saying? Just let her go ahead on, man. Fuck all that shit. Just get that shit on. You ain't got time for that, man. You a fighter. You know what I mean? You got to start doing this shit. You the boy for her, let her have it. If she ain't bombing you, man, you ain't getting no problems from that bitch about your kid. You know what I mean? Just leave that shit alone. You know what I'm saying? Point blank, both that sucker ass nigga tank. I'm so mad with that nigga, man. You's a stupid motherfucker. See, but the thing is though, Tank, a lot of them boxers, man, him, Deb, and all them motherfuckers should call all them dudes, man. They've been boxing ever since they were kids. Them niggas don't know nothing about no relationships and shit about no woman. I don't even think they even know how to fuck a woman. You know what I mean? Or anything like that. You gotta be real with this shit though, coach. You know what I mean? All they know that they just want they just wanted a pretty girlfriend. You know what I mean? Some shit like that. You know. And whatnot, you know, their daddies or father or brother, older brother or something. Somebody ain't tell these niggas nothing. You know what I mean? I don't know what Bill.
Well, you know, Debo Dev, he got Bill. Bill was a pimp. They say he was a pimp on the streets of Deep East Oakland, but it appears that he.
What I'm saying? What you think that your son, when he go out by himself, him and a couple dudes, you think he don't want no one or something? Man, you ain't pull that boy coat. You ain't school him on nothing. Nothing at all. Come on, man. You don't bring no motherfucking no stripper home to mama. You know what I mean? Come on, man. You know, you just that just go against the code, man. You know what I'm saying? She can be a nice girl and all that kind of shit, man. Okay, but I'm not gonna put myself in that position, man, to even holler at one of you motherfuckers. You know, where I can't get involved with you motherfuckers and talk about marrying y'all 2 or 3 years later. No, I'm not gonna do that, man. No.
But see, you know but see, this the thing though. This why he sued her. She told him, he said that he gave her the gifts under one condition. The condition was she had to promise that she would marry him. And by her not doing that, that's what made him, and then by her not marrying him like she promised, and then her trying to extort him out of money.
I thought they was married.
Nah, they wasn't married. They wasn't married.
What did they tell anybody they wasn't married?
Yeah, Debo, they was lying about that. That's not his wife. They wasn't married. She didn't want to marry him. She looked at him as a sucker. She looked at him as a sucker from what I heard.
Yeah, I understood that. You know, them brothers look at them niggas as a sucker or something. But sometimes, them bitches, you know what I'm saying? Well, okay, this is my motherfucking retirement plan here.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I fucked with him. I had a couple of babies by him. Fucked with him 7, 8 years. And boom, you know, when you really roll off, you can roll off with half of that money. You know, and the money might look like 40,000, 50,000. I mean, million or something. Who the fuck knows? You know what I'm saying? That's enough, you know what I'm saying, for you to get the fuck on about your business. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, that's where I'm at with that shit. But, you know, all that, you know, man, this man actually, you actually told this bitch you gonna buy all these diamonds and
he bought it. No, he bought it. He bought it for her. He bought it for her. He bought a Maybach, $200,000. They say it cost like $200,000, something like that. He bought a whole bunch of diamonds and purses, designer purses, and he bought all of that.
Now I know his motherfucking well. His father got to know about that.
Yeah, his father know, but see, his father was so busy. See, you gotta understand, Greg, when you pushing the P, sometimes the P, you know, the pimping turn around and backfire sometimes. So, you know, I mean, it happens. He got a fight coming up with Brian Norman Jr., that down South Georgia boy. And now he's Debo Devin Haney. He's not Devin Haney no more. He Debo. So right now, what we doing is, you know, we looking for a stoppage around the 5th round. And you know, our baby mama, we still got the lawsuit, but the lawyer's handling that. We finna go take care of the down South Georgia boy in 5. Our chin is don't got strong at 147, and we got punching power.
I understand that, but look, that boy, don't nobody know what's in that nigga head, man, but him. You know, he probably only tell his own father every little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, for him, you know what I'm saying, and still had that bitch on his mind and going up in that ring, man, that's just a bad thing, man.
Yeah.
I mean, come on, we all been there once or twice before, you know what I'm saying, with a broad.
Yeah. I've been there. I've been there before. I don't have no problem.
But not that way though. You know, because we just did get streetwise. You know what I mean? It's just that, man. You know, say me, you and the girl, y'all was, you know, had a relationship going together and all that. You knew that she liked you, you liked her, and y'all started really y'all took it up a couple steps. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And y'all, you know, shared an apartment together or a house together or something or whatever. But the shit ain't work. You know what I mean? He didn't get himself that chance. He feels so bad.
Yeah.
Feeling like a goddamn fool, and the whole world know it, man. You know what I mean? I wouldn't be surprised that man wouldn't start losing his hair, man, because don't no man want to look like a motherfucker sucker in front of the world about a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Especially one of them kind.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, but you just got to leave that broad alone, man. Get her out your motherfucking system, man. You can't, as long as you prolong with this bitch doing anything with her, man, she gonna stay hanging around in your system, brother.
Hey,
you know what I'm saying? Point blank.
Great. Let me ask you this question in closing. Let me ask you this question. What advice can you give Debo Devin Haney? He's fighting Brian Norman Jr. November the 22nd. We going live for that fight. You know, Debo has a lot of tools in the toolbox. That's what Bill Haney told me. Debo Dev got a lot of tools in the toolbox, and he plans on showing those tools in Saudi Arabia on the 22nd. What advice would you give Devin Haney fighting, you know, down South Georgia boy, country boy like Brian Norman? What advice would you give him?
Well, one thing I can say about, you know what I'm saying, man, you're gonna have to get up in there. You know what I'm saying? Roll them motherfucking pants up. Foot's on, I just say foot's on the ground. And don't even be worried about getting knocked out. And fight this nigga the best you can. Don't worry about getting knocked out, man. You don't even have that in your brain like a lot of them motherfuckers do. And they say it after, later on to certain people in private. You know what I mean? I just ain't want to get knocked out. It's like that nigga, the Charlotte boy say, man, I just ain't, I went 12 rounds with it. I just ain't want to get knocked out. Yeah. You know, talking about the Canelo boy. You know what I mean? You know, you see how he was fighting Canelo?
Yeah, I saw that. He fought scared. He ran. Yeah,
everybody seen that. See, the whole thing is he just didn't want to get knocked out. He said it later on. I know you heard it, right?
Yeah, I heard.
You know? And see, Brian, he ain't, there ain't a minute to that, but it'll be in his motherfucking head, man. You know what I mean?
But see, Brian Norman.
So long as I can tell him, man, look, like I say, man, fight the best you can, motherfucker, and don't worry about getting knocked out. You know what I mean?
That's easier said than done. You ain't the one getting knocked out. Debo Dev.
That's what's going to have to be done, man. Stay your motherfucking distance, man. You know what I mean? You know, I don't know about all, you ain't no combination throw or something. They should have told you how to throw a lot of combination shit. You ain't one of them kind of niggas. You know what I mean? You know, you gotta, what? I guess you're gonna stick and move or try to move. Or
jab and grab. He can jab and grab his way to victory. He can jab and grab.
That's grabbing shit. You know, you're gonna get tired of that. That's gonna make him tired. He's grabbing big strong motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? He's grabbing and all that shit, man. You know what I mean? You going this nigga gonna have to fight this nigga, man. But you gonna have to fight him with some of that motherfucker distance between them. You know how Chicago like to do that distance shit and all that. That's what they gonna have to do, man. You know, all this bringing up all this, the best footwork shit that Bill always coming up with and all that, man. Nah, man, it's gonna ball down. I don't care how you look at it. What tools you got in your motherfucking box or whatever. It's gonna ball down. That man, you're gonna have to get up to that nigga to hit this nigga. You know what I'm saying? To get at him, to do what you call yourself wanting to do with, right or wrong. But you still gonna have to keep some kind of distance so he won't get you, but he gonna get your ass. But you can't worry about it, man. You know what I mean? You gotta get in there and fight. You know your mother say, get your ass back out there and fight, motherfucker. If you don't, you got two of them coming back in here. You know what I mean? Shit like that. You go out there and rumble like a motherfucker. You hear what I'm saying? Coach? Yeah, man, I mean, you know, that's what I'm saying. I can tell them. That maybe when they move, when all them motherfuckers think they know everything and all that, maybe they can tell something better. I don't know. But I know, like I said, when it all comes down, man, you know what I'm saying? That's the only thing that I can see that they can do. Don't worry about getting knocked down. Man, fight the best that you can, man. You know what I mean? All this trying to put all these motherfucking fight plans together, the beat a nigga and all that shit, man. Basically, you just going in with some nuts, man. Fuck the heart. Just going in with some nuts because the nuts take care of everything. Heart, all that shit. You know what I'm saying? And fight this motherfucker. And you never know what might happen. You know what I mean?
I agree.
That bullshit. I mean, you know, all that, you know, worrying yourself and, you know, like you're a football coach, blackboard and shit, putting all this shit together on some kind of black shit, or yeah, we can do this here, step back in, but this, you know, go up and all this, and you know, as long as he got that right hand up trying to hit you with that and all that, you know, he's slow as a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So he gotta have some kind of setting up plans, man, to beat this man. He gotta know how to set motherfuckers up, man. He,
well, he got all that experience. He got all that experience though from learning from Zab and Money Mayweather and Sugar Shane Mosley and Mike McCallum. He got all that experience, so he'll be able to take all those styles together, mix it like gumbo, and add it to his style. Yeah, with the tools.
You know, he wasn't no good putting nothing together.
He got the tools too. We gonna put the styles and the tools together.
He was a motherfucker. He seemed like he got scared of Floyd. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know what the fuck. He know what he needs to do. This motherfucker needs to get in there. You said McCullough, right?
Yeah, Mike McCallum.
Yeah. Well, you ain't seen that. What his name? You know, him and
James Toney.
Yeah, James Toney.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You know, and this nigga they was kind of up their age, wasn't they, man? You know, like 38 or some shit like that, wasn't it?
No, not that old. Oh well, James Toney and Mike McCallum fought in 90. They fought 3 times. Mike McCallum was older than James Toney. They fought 3 times though, so.
Oh, I thought they was around the same motherfucking age and shit.
No,
you know what I'm saying?
No.
And that motherfucker, that McCallum motherfucker, he had a lot of weight with him too, though.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? James Toney was just too slick for him, man. That's the only thing.
See, I'm thinking Debo Dale gonna have to fight like that.
They don't do. You don't see him doing all that bobbing and weaving and nothing. Don't shit like that. What the fuck? When they start teaching motherfuckers that? You know what I'm saying? See, I guess they don't need to teach him that because they ain't gonna have him going up that goddamn close to a motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? When you're talking about getting that close to a motherfucker, you gonna need that kind of work. Am I right or wrong, coach?
Hey, yeah, when you get that close. Hey, listen, hey, Gray. Hey, Gray. Gray. I'm gonna hit you up. I'm gonna hit you up a little later. I'm gonna wrap the show up.
Yeah, but what's name Tank? Yeah, that Tank is just a damn fool, man. You know what I'm saying? You know, I can't believe this boy that went down Florida. Oh, that's right, he got a house down there. Staying down that motherfucker. See, he made me say that you buy any house down there to stay around these bitches or something. And you know what I mean? See, Tank, you already short. You got that motherfucking what his name? Napoleon. A motherfucking complex.
Talk about Napoleon complex.
Yeah, and you know, he's a little time. You know, he got that. He don't like that. You know, he think that the girls should be wanting him. Yeah. You know, you the world greatest, and he ain't no bad news boy. You know what I mean? And all them other suckers, you see how they be doing with him and all that. He just feel like they should be all on him, and something he ain't doing right with them, bro, man. Because them brothers be liking them a little better. And that they some real motherfucking cold gold diggers. You know what I mean? They wouldn't give a fuck if you is 6 feet tall or how you look or whatever, man. But all that probably would help him a little bit if he was like that. You know what I mean? But he ain't like that. You know what I mean? Well, it definitely would happen like that if he was a little bit taller going into that boxing ring and all that bullshit. Them niggas wouldn't be acting for him like that then. You know what I mean? But yeah, man, you know, somebody needs is his mother and all of them, is they still all right? Or I mean, what? Because I don't see his mother, not no more. Nothing, no what?
No, man. I don't know, Gray. Hey, Gray.
Yeah, but sometimes, man, you know, the mother can, you know, tell her son something or some shit or something.
Hey, Gray.
Brother or something. She don't even come to the fight no more, do she?
Yeah, hey, Gray, I don't know. Hey, Gray, look. Look. Hey, let me call you.
Man,
let me call you back.
This bitch ain't got no kids by doing so. Huh? Does she got a kid by?
Yeah, she got kids. I don't think so. Hey.
I'm talking about the bitch he just did this last
Nah, this a new chick. She a new chick.
And this man lost his mind, man. You got a $40 million fight coming up. And a bitch you ain't been fucking with 2-3 months, and you let this bitch get you in that kind of mode, boy. You is one insane little boy, man. Boy, you couldn't be no cousin, brother, nothing to me. Man, I'll be hanging your ass off the motherfucking monument somewhere, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Threatening to drop your little ass. That's all Billy and Washington. Man, I'm serious, man. I mean, come on, man.
Great.
You don't have enough money to give everybody this motherfucker.
Hey, Great.
Yeah.
Hey, Great.
I'll let you off.
Hey, Great, let me call you back.
Hey, was we on air?
Yeah, we on the air, man. I'm trying to call.
Oh, I didn't know you ain't say that shit, man.
I did. I said it at the beginning of the show.
Oh, man. Oh, shit. I put my best on there. Oh, yeah, but, email, man.
All right, I'm going to call you back. All right, salute. Shout out to Gray, man.
Oh.
Hey, Gray said, damn Gray, boy. Hey, that's my dog. Boy, that goddamn Gray. Oh my God. That's why I got that from Gray. Gray say, oh my God. Shout out to AGs. Dropping that quote over. Bam, done with you, boy.
Super chat received.
He said Boots shouldn't have to. He said Boots shouldn't have no leverage. He fought nobody at 147, then fought nobody at 154, and got a KO trying to use his leverage. No sir, fight real fights. Well, I think Vergil Ortiz is a real fight, right? That's a real fight, Vergil Ortiz. Shout out to G Daddy. Dropping that quote over. Bam, done with your boy.
Super chat received.
He say fire, Gray 100%. He say you gotta love him because he really just real. Just saying, no, yeah, no. One thing about Gray is real. Them the type of people I like.
Down from the bar, there's a platform stage. People pimping, sharp as razor blades.
See, them the type of people I like dealing with. The Hollywood people, the people that's Hollywood, I can ball with them too. But I'm kind of more like I'm kind of more like Gray. You know what I mean? You know, and I think that's what I like about Brian Norman Sr. so much. He kind of like Gray. He kind of like a straight shooter, just an old rough and rugged. You know, how I come out, how they said how I come out is how they gonna say it. It's just as simple as that. You know, some people may look at them and say, oh, they ain't got no, like if you're an uppity Negro, you might look down on them. Oh, oh my gosh, look at him, Dad, look at him. He just looks so rough and rugged. Where's he from? He's from the ghetto, he's from the hood. Oh, Dad, let's go back to our suburbs. You know what I mean? Nah, these ain't no suburban type niggas. These ain't no bougie type dudes. They straight shooters. Hennessy, gin, it's like drinking gin on the rocks. Drinking, it's like drinking gin straight. Literally. You dig? It is what it is, man. Want to dedicate this show to the hood.
I want to thank the whole hood who came out here. I love y'all. I did this for the hood. Y'all know I beat that boy.
Yeah, man, dudes saying, how they feel. I already see what's going on. As I said before, this is my assessment of this Vergil Ortiz boot stuff. Vergil Ortiz and his team do not want that fight. I think Vergil Ortiz probably want it, but he realized that this dude ain't nothing like that I've been. So they probably told Vergil Ortiz, listen, we match make you very well. We match you up. Now you did lose the fight against Bullchuck, but we took care of that with the judges, so you got away with that one. But this guy right here, from a stylistic standpoint, we're not anxious to make this fight. We'll be anxious to make a Errol Spence fight because we think you could beat him and stuff like that. He ain't fought in 75 years, and then we'll be anxious to make fight with other guys. But this nigga right here, no, we're not this one here. This ain't the style. So what we gonna do, we gonna let everybody know we want $10 million. We're gonna let them know we the A side. We're gonna let them know that we got all the leverage. We're gonna let them know that, we the biggest star. We're gonna let them know that we want, it's 90-10 split. We're gonna say all of these things that we ain't never said to no other fighter that you fought. We're gonna say that to him because we really want to keep you the hell away from this nigga. You dig? True. And remember, he ducked you already. Do you remember when Turk Al-Ashi offered him that fight? Yeah, I remember that. And what he did, he turned it down. So he ducked you already. So he really don't want to fight. Yeah, Dad, but he showed up here from Philly and got in the ring with me, and we was face to face, and I told him to come here. So I think that's, listen, it's put it this way. It's like a dude telling somebody in the chat, telling Trey, my nigga, I want to fade. When you see me, when I see you, I want to fade. And Trey like, yeah, man, you really don't want no fight with me. And a nigga pull up at your house. He knocking on your door. Boom, 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 boom. Who is it? Yeah, what's up? You know who this is? Trey opened the door with his fire in his hand. Yeah, what's up? Nigga, I told you I wanted to smoke. I'm here. Man, you really don't want no smoke. I'm here at your door. Nobody, bro, when somebody come to your house and knock on your door, they want the smoke. That gotta be the serious pump fake ever. We gonna go here, we gonna get in front of everybody, act like we want it, we really don't want it. No. I think the best thing Boots did was call their bluff. He called their bluff again, and we see how they move it. So it is what it is. Let's give everybody a round of applause. You know what I mean? They you know what I mean? They ain't got faith in our boy like that. They ain't got faith in them like that. And understandably so. And I get it. And Boots Ennis team have moved him the exact same way. Boots Ennis team have moved him the exact same way. The same way Vergil Ortiz is being moved, Boots is being moved similar. Vergil might have more like the better names, but he's still being moved the exact same way. You get what I'm saying? So it is what it is. So Goddess, I owe you an apology, sis. I got happy and excited for nothing. You was right. She was right. You did?
I am sick of hearing these bullshit Superman stories about the Wassa legendary Bruce Leroy catching bullets with his teeth. Catches bullets with his teeth? Nigga, please.
Hey, man, I'm going to give everybody a shout out right after these messages. Yeah, man, we got Debo Dev at 5. Hey, shout out to Mr. Tomato Can. Shout out to JC. Shaw Cool Hands. Hollow Davis. Shout out to the Boston Outcome. Master Goku. Summer in November. Brandon Sweet Like Candy. Shout out to the Goddess. Shout out to Curtis. Shout out to Gray from DC, man. Shout out to DC Gray, man. Shout out to JC in the building. Mr. Curtis Robinson, Tony Montana, Dr. Paul Evans, Dr. Tony, Gold Rush in the building, G5 from the Bronx. Who else we got, man? We got Tony Montana. Shout out to Arion, Schoolo X-Man in the building. Who else we got in the building, man? Round 1, what's going on, fam? Who else we got? Let's see, we got round 1. Shout out to Damien. Damien, what's going on? Baltimore, stand up. Who else we got? We got Curtis from Long Beach. Yeah, we got Curtis. Shout out to Detail the Truth. Shout out to Cooking with Sir Senior. Trying to find everybody. Cooking with Sir Senior. Shout out to Jamie from New York. Can't forget about Sheila from Cali. Shout out to Tila. Shout out to Miss Steph. Miss Steph is in the building. The one and only Mr. Ham. Shout out to Brown Diamonds. Let's see who else we got in the building, man. Yeah, man, it is what it is, man. If I forgot you, man, I do apologize, man. I catch you guys on the next one. Hey, man, look here, we got to do part 2. As a matter of fact, we gonna get Gray. We gotta get Gray. we gonna have Gray on tomorrow. Gray gonna be the special guest tomorrow. I catch you guys tomorrow, man. You know my motto: don't meet me there, beat me there. Peace. We gonna have Gray on the show tomorrow, man.
Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go. Man, I'm out of here, bro. Let's go.